The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all-out liars. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute these dogs of going hard kennels for all that you've given me in the game.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt, going hard kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off Grand Champion May Day, the Dog of the Year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going Hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion El Rod, Champion Yellow Bird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
Yeah. Bet I know my head, but I don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Most wanted kennels in the spotlight, danger alert come with the name. Super kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline, where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp, when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, just that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Veer brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in and y'all let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same ground, same fire, same spit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the litmus test.
Legend of doom, behind set tone. Locked tight, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. True colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal game bill, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk them down Ram in the dark. DSK and Mad Ohio dog, pound by hard when they hit. Praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they live it.
Fat boy the legend, Bill Buster, real strong, Southern Bulldog, keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night power, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like a Sherman tank. Little fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary, really the shit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they built it brick by brick.
Talk about it, yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it, yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it, don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it. That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends. Everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit, pit bullshit, pit bullshit, pit bullshit, pit bullshit, pit bullshit.
We in the trenches, feel that hunger in the air. Yeah. It's Mo and Mike in the house.
Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know.
Yo.
Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, pretty mama, they shining so bright. La Mayday, what a day, they breathe the heat. Red Ruby Rod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and yellow bird, we top tier champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Made a bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodlines strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a tutor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore here, the Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Made a bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodlines strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Ben, Nate Dogg, putting in work intertwined. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, captain. We make it happen, that's the play.
So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Made a buck Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, maybe we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, Rastaman Boom, Schoolboy, aka the. There's levels to this game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Rob, 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 rob.
What up? What up? What up? What's up? Y'all know what time it is. It's Hot Mark Friday. Yeah. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. Big shout out to all my people out there on the back straight. Big shout out to all my folks out there in the Shark Tank. Let me see what the hell is going on. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Carlos Lee in the house. What up, fam? Dana! What up, fam? I see you. Showing that mad love. Big shout out to Game Dog University, a.k.a. Wells. What up, fam? Big shout out to my man, Mr. Paul Johnson. What up, fam? I want to give a big shout out and a big happy birthday to my man. Showtime Kennels in the hills. Happy birthday, fam. Yeah. Big shout out to my man. He was letting us know it's his birthday time. and we're going to celebrate his birthday. Happy birthday, fam. I got something special for you, though, fam. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Carlos Rodriguez. What up, fam? The one and only, the man. Stop by down and shake that like button. The one and only Double M Despo in the house. What up, fam? Let me see what else got down here. Big shout out to the legendary, the one and only Mr. Will Turner. What up, fam? Yo, the hard way Kennels in the house. What up, fam? My mans. What up, though? Chico Nicholas in the house. What up, fam? Yo, my man said he been waiting all day for this right here. Well, look here. You know what? I got to do my man a big favor here. Hold on a second here. Because he bulldogging on his birthday. I'm going to bulldog with him. Let me see where I go right here. First, I'm going to give him this. Yeah! Yeah! We need more of that. We need more of that. Hold on, let me get this right here. This is for you, fam.
We in the trenches, feel that hunger in the air.
Feel it. Yeah.
Welcome to the yard. If you're tough, you can stare. Yeah, welcome to the yard. Where the chain spots shine, bloodlines run deep, every pedigree's prime. The game APBT, worldwide pride. You come correct or stay the hell outside, legacy made. We grind, we hustle. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike locked in the scuffle. Yeah, we run the yard, iron fists and grit. When the sun comes up, no, we never gon' quit. Dudo and Devo, legends carved in stone. Patrick Bolio made the yard they home. Tanned and yellow, they whisper through the trees. Echoes of greatness, feel that legacy breeze. Going hard, going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it soft, bloodlines stack heavy 52, way so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard where greatness prevails. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes, all on the fucking deal. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Tails in the dirt, every chain spot turn, lessons learned hard. Like the scars we earn, no shortcuts taken. Champions ain't bought, just blood and sweat. This legacy taught from Mayday to Ace, Buck to Jeep. Every warrior counts, we ain't losing no sleep. Heat like a furnace, knowledge is the key. In the yard we trust, we got the pedigree. Feel the intensity, blaze in the fight. In the shadows of the yard, we rewrite the night. From the ring to the chain, we like kings cut out. Mo and Mike, every victory's what we shout. Going hard, going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it soft, bloodline stacked heavy 52, way so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Yard in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Yeah, legacy in the dirt. Yeah, to that fame. The game APBT. Remember the name, so step back. Going hard, Kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cards. From yellow Mayday Ace, they bred real stars. Welcome to the yard where the legends get raised, where the chain spots shine and the bloodlines praise. Grand champ King Kunta with that royal type stride. Red ruby in the pen, red hot worldwide. The brat in the cut, keep the hustle on track. Pretty mama got the look and the structure intact. L-Ride bring the heat, yellow bird bring the flame. Gus and 38 special certified in the game. What day in the ring, crowd love in the scene. Dogs moving like ghosts
in the champion's dream. From yellow to buck, their foundation is tough. Yellow buck in the veins, yeah, the roots run rough. Mayday in the pedigree, ace in the spine. That old school fire still alive in the line. Twin brothers in command, pushing forward with pride. Going hard on the banner, let the whole world ride. Hard work in the yard, every sunrise earned. Legacy in the dirt, with every chain spot turn. No shortcuts taken, no champions bought. Just blood, sweat, time, and the lessons they taught. Going hard, Kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cards. Yellow Mayday ace turning pups into stars. Sheriff Pal bought us in the game, stamp legit. Find him in Tornadoes pedigree. Hall of Fame, double grand champion. James Pogay, the formula showed how to build and sustain. Blueprints in the blood, yeah, the knowledge remain. T.O. our partner, Ohio Cash showed how to win. Turn losses into lessons, now it's trophies we spin. Mama, Triple M, deep south in the mix. Arsenal, Kennel, Stone City, solid foundations, no tricks. Hardcore, BLB up in the spec is 6. Yes. Tom, Dick, Todd, Tony Wade, Southern Kennels, real ones through time. Time from Pro Set, Windy City, combined in place, low type, apex pressure built for the chase. Gotta eat boys, black ice, hunger sharp as a blade. Third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid. Yeah, I said third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid.
Unmute the mic. Unmute the mic. Yes, that was a big shout out to my man Showtime. Kennels in the house. Yes, sir. Showtime. I know you be bulldogging, man, so you know I had to hype it up for you, baby. I had to hype it up for you. Yeah. 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 Hey, fellas, don't forget to give my man his happy birthdays. You know, anytime you want to hang out with the fellas. On your birthday, you know you bulldogging. Hey, fellas, you know what? Tonight, I'm trying to sum this up, kind of really. Because I always told you there was going to be a point in time that we would be winding this whole thing down. And, you know, when you're trying to leave everything on the table, first thing, thanks to you guys, we are going to be pushed. Our goal is to push up on 1 million views. That's just it. I know that might sound like a little bit to some people, you know, but for a little bit of time, and I call it a little bit of time, because we've been doing it for so long. As far as this, let me bring the birthday man in the house.
Man, what's good, big homie? Appreciate you for having me, man. Appreciate the birthday shout outs, man.
You know that, man. I told you. You told me it was coming. I was ready. I was waiting. I know I'm bulldogging for you, fam.
Hey, I appreciate you, and I'm enjoying that music too, man. I'm really enjoying them tracks.
Hey, look, man. I'm trying to look. I do you an even bigger favor, man. I didn't put them out there to be trying to do anything, but because of you, I'm gonna send you all them tracks.
And I sure appreciate you, man. So
you can bump your shit, man. You ain't got to keep running back over the video trying to catch the shit. No, go ahead, send me the email and I'll get that shit to you, fam. Appreciate you.
Most definitely, man. We just out here, man. Just slid to the HEB out here in Houston, Texas, man. Go grab some leg quarters and some of them good free range eggs for these hounds, man.
Hey, look, man, check it out. How that weather down there? I know it's hell here. I know y'all got to be catching it.
Oh man, it's been cool down now. It's a little breeze out here, but it's a little humid. It's a little humid out here, man.
How them days be though?
Ooh, man, that heat'll drain you.
Tell me about it.
That Texas heat is something different, man.
Look,
It's a
and,
whole
and
different. It's a whole different ball game down here, man.
yeah, they say y'all worse than Florida, and I ain't think nothing could get worse than Florida.
Yeah, man. Florida, hey, Florida gotta be. I ain't gonna say I don't know what Florida living conditions is, man. But boy, I see a lot of Florida plates in Houston every day.
Shit.
Every day.
And you know why? Because they do everything big in Texas. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Texas, Texas is a good.
To live.
Yeah. My little sister
It's a
stayed
place
down
to
there
live.
in Houston. Hey, but look, fellas, big shout again to my man Showtime for even pulling up. Hey, as I was saying, you know, when you look at that moment and you're coming up on that million views, okay. And for us, that's what we kind of like working for. Cause I try to pick something to just top it off at. You know what I'm saying? Where we're gonna top this off at. So we've been doing this mad dash, you know, with y'all's help to trying to get these damn views and to give, you know, these last moments, these last shows, because again, if you look over what we've been talking about the last couple of shows, when we walking you through a whole damn story of shit, right? Based on our experience, you know. But tonight, I was basically going in to just look at why we do what we do, and based on the things that's happening, you know, in the community. I mean, fellas, I'm happen to catch PBK shit, right? And I just and for me, it hurts because when you put things like that out there, you don't really know the whole story, kind of. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they publicly letting you know that they could just basically do anything they want to do to you just because you got an American Pit Bull Terrier. Now, I say this because, and this is just me. Treadmill, flirt pole, the hide, the medicine can be used against you for having this animal. Come on now. That ain't playing fair.
No shape, form, or fashion, man.
It don't. I mean, it's rocking my world because I remember Mo was in this situation. I remember, but see, we ain't talk about. See, Mo case was a state case. Let me explain this. There's a difference. Shit. Even on the 2 bottles of steroids, he got 3 years for the steroids. The judge still called him a dog fighter after the damn jury told him he was innocent. Now they just straight raw come right out. You better not say ROMPOR. You can't even do a flirt post video talk about you selling your dog, your puppies. Basically what they're saying. And God forbid that you win a couple ribbons at the ADBA show and you mess around and say you got puppies for sale off of champion so-and-so. Oh, Lord. You better check your phones and tapping your phones and all that type of shit. If you ain't doing that, you don't have nothing to worry about. It's easy for people to be, you know, they can take that approach all you want. But the fact is, some have, you know, have the patience to sit back and watch their rights be violated. And if everybody gonna take that attitude, well, I ain't doing nothing, then you know what I'm saying? I don't care, you know, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Well, guess what? If you clearly heard what I just said, then you would surely understand that they don't care what you think. You know, you okay. And you just happen to be in conversation with somebody, and all of a sudden that conversation turns into damn conspiracy case. That right there is a federal crime, at least the minimum 5 years per charge. Come on. To me, it's intimidating because we sitting here, we talk about the history of this game, right? But in the same time, what's going on is Facebook and Telegram and with all this other, people just feel like it's okay. Okay. To the point where the justice part of this government is basically saying, okay, so we gonna be on some just okay. Fellas, I don't know where we get supposed to be, you're innocent until proven guilty. With these dogs, you better understand you guilty until you prove your innocence. And when you're dealing with them feds, they gonna have phone conversations, they gonna have interpreters of ROM and POR, and dog scratching hard, and yeah, dog scratching hard. Okay. That would give me a case. I mean, I think a dog is scratching hard to get up that wall. I also believe a dog is going to be scratching hard on the treadmill. So it just almost like we in a bad situation because we're trying to enjoy the history and give you guys the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? These dogs can do whatever you want them to do. But then, no disrespect to my man, Mr. Tom Garner. But the man pulled up with, I think, 44-pound bags of dog food.
And Nook shook 32.
Of that good shit.
Yes, sir.
And guess what? He's selling dogs. That's a blueprint. And I would hope with that blueprint, and he's been successful with that blueprint for so many years, I would love to see other people succeed using that same blueprint and hope color don't make the difference. That part right there. I cannot believe money keeps people out your yard. I just want to believe that, Tom a good guy, for real. And if you really want to stay out of trouble, I would basically adopt his way of doing shit.
Thanks.
He's made a name for himself. He does this shit all over the world. The man had 1,000 bags. He showed y'all,
Yep.
I'm the man. I got the plan. Here's the blueprint.
Facts.
So I'm hoping that this community has, that same want like we had for what we were doing. That you can have that kind of, intensity and have a blueprint to follow behind and still represent good dogs. Because regardless of what people might say or think, the man sells dogs, and it's obvious. I mean, come on now, let's talk about this part right here. It's obvious that they down on some good goddamn, bulldogs. Come on. You don't get world famous selling bullshit. Okay, And I'm just putting this out here because everybody has the same opportunity to create good dogs and be able to do the same thing Tom Garner does. And there should be no reason why you shouldn't have any trouble because he don't have any trouble. And I will hope that color doesn't make the difference. Color and money, I can't see that to be making a difference when the man got a love of the dog, just like I know some of y'all out there. You know, I would hope the majority of y'all. I mean, you come to this show, and even to be here and listen to what we talk about, we talk about the past. Hey, we're only going to talk about our experience and the past. Look at the great dogs Tom has bought from the past to the goddamn future and selling them around the world. This is the blueprint for getting it right. Yeah, I speak highly of the APDR. I encourage doing the ADBA show, you know, because for me, I think that trying to be something ain't the time to trying to be something. You know, if you really want to be something, then I would take that Tom Garner format and do something that Tom ain't doing because he has recreated the past based on his ability to do the things that he have done over all the years, and it's a power move. You can't ain't shit that you gonna have. Just not going. He ain't gonna be there. You know, to me that's a format. That's a blueprint. You know, that's a strong look into how you do it, even if you have to start from nothing, because he sure the hell did too. And still has been able to produce some great dogs. But for us to sit here and act like we're just sitting here listening to stories, and I mean, it started in 2021 and indictments come out in 2026. Can you imagine how many conversations and how they only arrested 2? Yeah, the 50-year-old and the 19-year-old, based on what he said. Okay, that's just 2. But you got 20. You said from 2021 to 2025. And I think that was right because he said the young boy would have been like 14, 15 years old back when it started. But the reason I had that part that bothers me about the whole situation, because there's only 2 people. And you have 5 years to sit here and look at 2 people. Come on, y'all. What's the main thing that we always said about anything that you're gonna do wrong? What saved Mo in his case when it came to the journal? Could nobody sit there and say that they was there or seen anything? The prosecution didn't. There was just nobody there. So the journal is useless. Yeah, I don't care how many times he's in there. I mean, is there anybody else willing to come in here and say they was there with him? Well, this is why I want you to understand these 2 people, okay? How important these 2 people are to who knows how many people fixing to get raked over the coal. That is a very dangerous game when you're out here just willy-nilly. You don't mean no harm. I ain't trying to do nothing for nothing, but it's the little things that you slip up when you're having these conversations with people and thinking it's all good, and it ain't gonna be all good because you don't never know who listening. That's just a little bit much for me, you know, as far as, you know, looking at the future of this situation where I don't wish bad on nobody. I don't want to see nobody having to go away from their family. You know what I'm saying? All because somebody think that you're something that you're not. My man who got that 400, I'm almost 500 some years.
That's my boy, Big Dog Finch.
Man,
Good
I'm
people,
still
man.
I'm still trying to get a grasp on that when I see a man who rapes a little kid and he get 35 years. 35 years? Hey man, we're gonna keep talking about this history right quick, all right? I just want y'all to know my love for the game ain't never changed. Your love for the game shouldn't have to ever change. Your business ain't everybody's business. And I always tell you, I look at this shit from a business standpoint. I always say that if you're going to do something with these dogs, regardless of whatever you do, try to be the best at what you do. Underground going to be the underground. I don't give a damn. I mean, there's just some of them, like Mo always saying, okay, you're going to have your crackheads. That's all. They're going to have it. So let them be responsible for what they choose to do. Because that has been going on for centuries. So we don't let that get in the way. But for us to do this and try to keep it history, kind of like, you know what I mean? I can't even understand why we would have any issues with pretty much anybody. I can't even see how people, like I see a lot of the old schoolers out there, they know where I'm coming from. You know, we all have this respect for each other. That there's some things that we see happening now that, you know, we don't want to ruffle no feathers, but, you know, I know damn well we wasn't doing this shit back in our time. Ain't no way in the hell we could have got away with it. No way. Because there's a lot of shit that I sit back and I just, you know, there's a lot of y'all that feel that way. But when we back here talk about in our time, that ain't to be hating on people or saying what we did was just better. That is just telling you that was just our time. Yet, hell yeah, it was different. Times change, okay. But this show, we supposed to be enjoying a history of something that I just in my heart know it can never get back to the way it was. Because it was too many of us that was openly doing it freely without having to deal with the consequences that comes with today's dog. To articulate the history of the American Pit Bull Terrier as something of the past, while keeping it powerful, authentic, and respectful, you want to frame it as a preservation work rather than just a history lesson. It's about celebrating a legendary era that can't be recreated, only remembered and honored. You know what I'm saying? Over our last couple shows, you know, we tried to encompass the living history. You know what I'm saying? Focusing on the legacy, but the living part of it, the shit that we can pay homage to, an era carved in grit and steel. We aren't just talking about dogs. We're preserving the blueprint of the ultimate athlete. This is a look back at the legendary dogmen and the historic bloodlines that defined a standard that will never be seen again. Now, I'm reading this because, you know, I'm one of these guys that, I mean, I understand AI, and I ask AI to summarize our podcast. And some of y'all could possibly do that if you have the ability to just take this going hard and then just summarize it. And this is what it comes back with. You know what I'm saying? It even tell me, says, why it works, it establishes that while the golden era is the past, the blueprint and the impact are foundationally to everything you discuss today. Now, AI can, well, it can be smarter than people. because it's able to sit there and express my feelings. It's basically telling me, it's taking our video and it's looking at it like this, and it's putting what he feel like is into words and shit. You know, do you know how honored I feel right now? Showtime. I'm trying.
What's
Do you
good?
know how honored I feel that these? This is the way it summarizes what our channel does. I know it has impacted us to where we're getting that point across, because this really is about the history and for us, but then understanding that bulldog will still be a bulldog regardless of what you wanted to do. The thing is, bulldog star. So we're concentrating on the co-stars, the people with the dogs. It still depends on what they do going into the future. That's all. And I know Mo. Hey Mo, you out there? No. Mo.
What's up, man?
Okay. Yeah. But I was just getting them started up, because I know where you fixing to go. I already know where you fixing to go. So go on, get it out, man.
I'm still tripping on your conversation.
Hey, man, look, I ain't trying to dig it home and everything, but I'm just saying, man, that shit right there, I take this back to your case. 4 years and 5 lawyers later. But they railroading some folks, man, and they ain't playing fair. That it kind of makes me feel like we in between some bullshit, because we trying to enjoy the history and give people the encouragement to get to do other things, with these bulldogs, but then be able to show them that these dogs ain't gonna change. And I think Tom, he got the best blueprint to make that happen. You showed me, hey, Mo, we had a pretty big yard, right? But do you ever have we ever had a tractor trailer pull up with 1,044-pound bags of 3232? I ain't never remember seeing one. I remember a pallet, but he had 1,000 bags of dog food, bro.
That's a lot of dogs to feed, man. 1,000 bags.
Bro. What you saying? I'm tripping on that when I seen it. Right, that's a lot of damn dogs. Let me see. Big shout out to my man, the Insane Honey Badger in the house. What up, fam? Hey, man, I put that link down there. Hey, appreciate that. Hey, they showing you that love there, Showtime.
Oh, man,
Happy
man.
birthdays, fellas.
I can't appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the show, man. I'm just enjoying it, man. I wouldn't do nothing else on my birthday but be here with y'all, man, listening to this good bulldog talk, man.
Hey, man, but look, you here, that means you have added another year to your livelihood, and you got a passion for these dogs, bro.
Man, I want to do these dogs like how kids want to play football and basketball when they were growing up, man. That's how I had the love for the dogs. Still got the love for them.
And that's the thing, that love, it intensifies as time goes on. That's why when you see the things that are happening now, and you're trying to just, I think for any dog man coming in, they want to be able to create something that they can put their name on. Would you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So in order to do that, you're going to be using other people's shit primarily, right?
Yep.
So we have to all understand it's plausible to make it yours. I always feel like, when we talk about shit, and you always hear us talk about going hard dogs, period. Boom. That's it.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know how some people look at that shit, but then that's the way we look at that shit because that's what we work for.
Yeah. Hard work and dedication,
All
man.
that work, all that time, all that sacrifice, and all them chances we was taking. We was working for a purpose. And why would we downplay that purpose?
And no need to.
Hell no, I don't need to. I show you. We ain't downplaying shit. No, we showing you it's plausible. Because that's what that love do for you, man, when you're really trying to be, a part of something, but not just be a part of something, but be able to be a part of something that you created. You know what I'm saying? And to see it do good. And I always felt like that's always going to be the success of the American Pit Bull Terrier, because Tom is definitely telling us this, isn't he?
Yep.
One of the baddest to ever do it. Isn't that what he's showing us?
Yeah.
And he brought the house down with a 1,000-pound 44 bags of 32. That is trying to put a statement out there for y'all.
Yeah, when you feed, I feed that a Nook Shook too, man. When you feeding that 1,000 bags, man, that's some good dog food there, man. I don't know what kind of discount they gave him on it, but when even just the feed alone, man, that's the most important thing with the dogs, man. The upkeep, man. I see a lot of channels, man. I ain't saying no names or nothing, but man. And I got a channel, man, and I feed bags of dog food, man. I feed $175 bags, $130 bags. I do a lot of dog food reviews, man. And hey, man, and I put a video up the other day showing my dogs. The proof is in the pudding, man. When you feed that good dog food, it's gonna show in your dogs, man. I see a lot of people, even through the years of being in these dogs, man. I seen a lot of good dogs, but they upkeep was just trash, man. So
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen Tom speak? I mean, I've been on his yard. I got a chance to see
I
his
never
whole setup.
been on Tom Yard, man. I just from the dogs that he showed, you know what I'm saying, the stud dogs, man, they look good, man. So
Hey, look, the man keep the church on full.
yeah.
I'm gonna put it out there like he keep the church on full. Huh?
It must be supply and demand. It must
Look,
be supply and demand.
the man is making a damn statement.
Yeah, more definitely.
If you can't see it, if he didn't want you to know, he wouldn't show it.
Yeah. And like you was saying earlier, man, he give him the blueprint, the matter the color, man.
Hey,
It'll be good to see some brothers, man, doing that same thing, man,
it's
making
plausible.
that black dollar circulate.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Making that
Yes.
making that black dollar circulate, man, instead of, you know, people feel, oh man, I ain't going to go get no dog from him, man. And the dogs would be good dogs, but they'll just have hatred for the person and won't even go get a dog from their own brother.
Hey, walk right by your house.
Yeah.
Like and then come back and be having something to say.
Yep.
What you heard, even old Mr. Triple M said the same thing. And then when you try to backtrack, them bridges been burnt. You know what I'm saying? No, you just keep on walking that way. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to see somebody appreciate your work when your work wasn't the first thing on their mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For me, you burnt the bridge at that point. You can't never come back. Actually, you better not ever be in a competition with me. Because you show up at the damn wall climbing, I'm going to be right behind you.
Yeah.
Because it turns into something personal now. You know what I'm saying? I think I still got the best shit out here. Shit.
Yeah.
What dog man is going to think any less of what he doing?
right? You supposed to feel like you got the best, and that's how that's how I want a person to feel, man. 'Cause I feel like the dogs I got, I feel like they the best, man. I feel like I put blood, sweat, and tears in them, to get them.
It costs to do this. Why waste it?
Facts.
That's the my thing was why. I mean, we never, fellas. And I tell you this because I wouldn't sit on this show and be telling you something that I have to lie to you. Mo has passion for this shit. I am a prime example of a person who just sits back and just watch what they did, man. I can tell you, that's a different kind of just dedication.
That's a beautiful thing, man. When you get to
Hey,
sit back and watch your work, man.
shit, and to think that we did everything that we watch other people do, took a little bit of everybody's shit and made our own. He's passionate about that shit, man. I think every dog man should be passionate about that shit. Regardless of what you do, how you doing it. The passion determines the success of what you're trying to do. If we can't get that point across, then y'all ain't gonna get nothing else that has come with this show. You can hate on us and say this or say that, all that. We're 65 years old. How you gonna try to teach an old dog new tricks? I get lost in that. Because after 40-something years, y'all should already know about how we deal with changing. I'm not changing for anybody when I'm just going to be myself. You don't have to ever like me, but you're not going to change me. You're not going to change the things that I've done. You're not going to change the things that we talk about. But then there are some out there who come to this show to at least experience a time that they are very, very knowledgeable of. And they share that with you guys. I watch them and I see them out there. Big shout out to my man, Archie Fuller in the house. I see you, fam. I see my man, DB3, aka Ben in the house. Yeah. These are people that I know understand what we talk about when we've talked about the passion. The insane honey badger. What up, fam? And they definitely showing their love out there with your happy birthdays, fam.
And I sure appreciate y'all, man.
Big shout out to my man, Mr. Cecil Jackson. What up, fam? Ethan Brown. Ethan said, love my dogs. Man, look, Ethan, I felt you on that one. That's why I put it up there. Ethan ain't said shit all night, but Ethan come in and let you know I love my dogs. Appreciate you too, fam. I feel you. Who else we got down here? Big shout out to Alligator Only Kennels in the house. What up, fam? I see you. Who else we got out here? I'm trying to catch up, fellas, but y'all is definitely have a serious conversation right now. You know? Big shout out to my man, Mike Red Boy representing Shreveport in the house. What up, fam? I think I'm all caught up. And man, again, I want y'all to remember this today. We got my man in the house. This is Mr. Birthday Man, Shark Tank supporter for a while now. He's gonna sit in with us tonight. And y'all make sure y'all give him his happy birthdays because he's another year in life, and that's a blessing nowadays for any of us. So share the love. Small time. Let them know, fam. Let them know, fam.
Oh man, you know it's nothing but bulldogging over here, man. Some of this good old Houston, Texas bulldog, man. Planted a lot of flags around this old Lone Star State, man.
You know,
Yeah, you know.
but see, you in an area of where bulldogging is par one.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas really don't have to leave Texas, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't,
That's really one of them states you really don't have to leave. That's
man.
why, you know.
I grew up in the area I grew up, Northeast Houston, man. I was in the man, just in a 5 mile radius. It was 20 good dog men, good people, just in the 5 mile radius. I got to see it firsthand, man.
That's what you call the block is hot.
I got
That's
to
what you
see it
call.
firsthand. I'm talking about
Hey.
every weekend.
That's where it was, and I mean, yeah, it was like that everywhere I've been.
I got.
Everybody had some shit they had to check, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way we would know what we was going to do. I mean, that's the reality of it. I know that might sound crazy to some people out here when we say that, but this is the facts. You know what I mean? And we have been over enough of these shows in the journal to show you we wasn't the only ones thinking like that. That's all I'm saying. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Garland Heights in the house. What up, fam? Oak man. What up, Oak man? Clifton, behind enemy lines in the house. What up, fam? And small time. I see you, fam. Let me see who else. Pitbull and prospecting in the house. What up, fam? Y'all gotta forgive me because I'm trying to read this shit and I am on some birthday cake. I guess that's what they call it and shit. You know, it got all these different names. Boy, oh boy. I'm sitting here enjoying the birthday with you, Showtime. And I'm telling you, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you, man.
Big shout out to my man Leatherman in the house. What up, fam? He said, what's the topic tonight? Leatherman. The living history. Okay. The living history. See, I feel like I'm part of that living history based on we're telling our story. But based on our story, we can dive into these things that highlight, not our time. Okay, because even in the now, we still have to revert back to dogs of our time. That's living history for me because I've lived to see that part of the history of where these dogs come from to what the hell I'm looking at now. Understanding the quality and the transformation from then to now. I can't tell you about the now because there's so much going on. I just speak on these things that you see that's going on in the now. It's like, wow. Can the dog survive? Well, it's not even a matter about the dogs anymore because, again, the dog is supposed to be the star. We need to be checking these co-stars because that's where you're hurting at. If you take a look at what history shows you and the things that we talk about, most of the men who were successful at this were trying to create their own. That's the history of it. I think, and I say this to my man Leatherman because Tom Garner is actually, and I just reiterate for those who come in late, I wanted to make sure I get that point across, that Tom is giving you a blueprint of how to do the shit. That's all. And he's showing you, and he's not being quiet about how he's showing you. And like I said, the church stay full. So the living legend part, you know what I mean? The living history part, you know, Mo goes back and he tries to reiterate something that as you move closer to what we call that line when you knew things had changed by 2008, run you right up on that. And then you look at the dogs, how they progress beyond that, and we still talk about them same dogs. The thing is, can we maintain it at the pace and at the quality of what got them there? Because it's good to know, especially when you're just sitting here looking over a lot of these pedigrees, and I've seen a lot of pedigrees over the last couple of shows, and you go back and you look, and I see a lot of them dogs do in our time in fourth and fifth generations. And what can you say except for, damn, if you took that dog and buried with that dude over there, that would be a monster breed. Because you're looking at the paper. Okay? That's me telling y'all that I look at it from that point of I'm still alive and I see the change. And I've seen the things that has changed to the point to where I'm almost like feel in conflict because we're trying to enjoy the history, but then it's hard to see anybody willing to go through the shit that they're trying to do to you in the future. That's like me sitting out there on the, you know, and I'm OG now and I'm out there and twin, what up? And you out there on the corner with some rocks in your hand. I mean, OG status tell me, man, you get off the corner. You know, why would I stop and tell him to get off the corner? Because I know the corner ain't where it's at. And if I have enough in me to spit that much and have, you know, and he'd be willing to listen, I might be able to teach him a lot more. But I need to get off the corner. I need you to get off the goddamn corner. You know, hey, Mo, what's on you, dude? I've said enough. Mo, okay.
What's up, man?
There you go. I know you're going in. I don't know what you're finna go in on. I got an idea. But hey, Mo, check out some of the chats, man. My boys be.
Well, I be checking while you be talking.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, pin them up because I was behind. Cause I'm on my mouth.
Yeah, they wasn't really saying much, you
know. Yeah. My man Archie said when Katrina hit down south, he bought DP whole yard. Elite bobtail blood. No, they must be talking about something out there up here. Gotta be Tom. Because he do shit like that. Hey, Garland. Yeah. I'll do that. I would definitely do that. Appreciate getting the message to me. I got to check out my boy, see if he's all right. But go ahead, Mo. It's on you, man. I know you got some input on what was going on.
Not really.
Well.
Okay. Not really. I mean, you said all about me to be said. You know, I'm still tripping on, you know, it being different because the way they use social media. A lot of these guys are getting in trouble out here trying to be, Facebook dogmen of the year or something. You know what I mean? They want somebody to look at them so bad as some outlaw that seems to be able to get around and brag about his ways on Facebook. Now, to me, a whole year, a couple of years to get this dude from 2021 to 2026 is like, again, you can talk it all you want. That's just like, these guys out here on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram that's got these group rooms that they just feel like it's okay to do and talk about. A lot of them guys don't be doing that, man. I just don't believe that they doing something. Now, I could tell that the nutcases are the ones that wants to, like you said, fight the puppies on Facebook to show everybody he got some hot pups and shit. That's not unusual to see puppies get caught up into little wars. That's not uncommon, but it's definitely not something to take pride in, put on Facebook and think, that says a lot about your yard. I mean, we did it with our pups, but we sure didn't get on no webpage or chat room and brag about the dogs. You know what I'm saying? When Stone City seen all those dogs, they didn't run out there and plant it all over the damn country. We didn't do it. It's just not so uncommon. And just because those little guys are scrapping now don't mean that they're going to be great scrappers when they grow up. Back in our time, we split them dogs up and put them in separate cages. We didn't leave them in there to destroy each other. It didn't make sense to keep them together if that's what they wanted to do. Every fight that you put on something, you're taking out of it. You do it too damn much, you'll take all the fight out of them before they even get old enough to fight. So, for that being an ignorant thing, I could see why it was easy for them to infiltrate, because you got anybody in here that, wants to be so prominent, all you got to do is say he ain't got shit or ain't doing shit. He'll tell you, everything. Be throwing weights at your ass if you ain't careful, but go to his house for real or try to lock up with him, see if you ever get it. You could be talking to the police the whole time. Or you could be talking to a dude who wants to be so relevant in Facebook that he's a dog fighter and everybody should glorify him and listen to what he's saying. He could be just one of those fat boys in the basement and never leave the basement. You don't even fucking know. So, the night vision is going to always be those night vision areas, I always call myself a crackhead for my addictions to the love of the dog and their abilities and the things that they've done for me. Some people might call that shit cruel, but back then, maybe, we might see it in a different way now, but back then we didn't see it that way. Shit, especially when we sitting there watching the UFC looking worse than some of the fights that I've seen. And we supposed to be smarter than dogs. So I have never got across on that hypocrisy as far as what I'm doing as a human being with my animal and what y'all doing with the human beings, treating them like their animal.
Damn, what does he got? She got sinus problems or something?
Yeah, she got sinus problems. She's getting used to that Florida.
Mm-hmm. You still rolling that mile, I see.
Oh, that's me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hear everything. See, maybe I need to come off these earphones here because, see, this might pick up everything. Now, if I was to take it out, then you'd be saying you can't hear me. That's good shit on the night. But yeah, you got to look at it. You know, my thing is, you know, the basement was a whole new community. They don't need nobody help them upstairs. So, but all them people that run around upstairs be the same one they'd be talking about. They was back there in the 90s, but you know, they didn't fuck with the journal. I don't want to beat that one, but you'll never find them in the journal though. You know, they was doing that. They was on top of shit back then.
No, I'm taking that against them. I just don't know because I've never seen it. So
I mean, out of the
don't be
thousands of
mad.
people, out of the thousands of shows that went on that year, you know, and out of all these kennels, and you can't, we can't get you without one of them. So you know that's the thing that I look at, but because you know what do you got to worry about when you're up here on Facebook talking? You know there's no truth in what you're saying. So you know you put your own self in trouble when you get out there and start getting overboard about what you're saying, because they probably wasn't really doing shit. You know what I mean, Mike?
You're talking about 5 years of shit, man. Come
Well,
on.
remember, a lot of that shit has to be turned in from conversation to true evidence. Conversation,
Exactly.
you know, and when it comes to any type of conspiracy, it's just not enough.
We talking about the feds.
Yeah.
99.9% conviction rate.
Yeah, but then guess what? They won't charge if they can't win.
That's what I'm saying,
And
man.
if you put the facts right there in front of them, man, you know, don't make it easy for them. You got to make it hard for them.
Hey, look, I said they got to. Now, what's your opinion on them two? What that's going to lead to?
So, the older dude, I feel sorry for the older dude because it's probably the young dude that made him hot. And that's what he get for bringing them greenies in there and not controlling what you create. Because I'm pretty sure that, you know, I mean, I do the YouTube, but I be getting to my emails late. I get to my messengers late, you know. And I'm an old man. I would hope nobody would expect me to be really up on it like that, but I do get to them. So I would assume that was the young boy that was doing all the internet shit that made them both hot. You know what I mean? Once you tag the young boy, he gonna be out running around like Charlotte's Web. Cause literally, to be honest, I don't think he was really doing shit. He made himself a target by doing too much internet shit. You know, wanting to be something that he probably wasn't. You know, I really don't believe that they're gonna find anything to do with him in the basement. I just don't believe that. I think he was an internet, you know, wannabe, and they did have dogs, they did have treadmills, but I mean, and if you're on the internet talking like you're a dog fighter and you got this equipment, they're gonna assume that everything that you was talking about on there was relevant to dog fighting, but they still need a dog fight. I just don't believe, you know, that you can make a charge out of something that you haven't no evidence of fact. I mean, really.
Like just selling the dog for the purpose of dog fighting.
I mean, you got to first get me somebody who's out here. I mean, if that was the issue, why Tom Gardner still got his dog? Why the feds ain't ran up on Tom? Or like some people say, you know, Tom's sitting around here because he got a safe place because he's working with the feds. But what is he telling? I just don't get what Tom is telling if he's trying to work with the feds. What could he tell them? Especially when it comes to the underground. The man selling more puppies than he don't even need the underground. So I don't think Tom is a snitch. I mean, I just don't believe what can he tell? Somebody give me to understand that part. You know? And he's always talking about his champions and registered merits and, his years of doing this and that. And his name keeps popping up in everybody else's, cases. It's always Tom Gardner's name. But why ain't Tom, in any type of trouble when everybody else is getting in trouble? You got to ask yourself, what is Tom doing that y'all do? Y'all ain't doing. But I feel like this. Tom might call his dog. Remember, he had champion NASCAR. He had grand champion LDT, whatever his name is, and champion Dynamite. And, he had all these dogs. And he tells you he had them. And he's breeding what he's got. And the best of this and the greatest of that. But you still ain't got Tom being related to no strictly dog fighting case where you can say, Tom, you're a dog fighter.
Or you're selling dogs for the purpose of dog fighting.
Exactly.
No. I'm telling you, he's showing y'all the blueprint. And he's showing you, and he ain't being quiet about it.
He's telling you got some nice ass dog. He'll tell you about years of this great shit that he's been doing for years and how great his dog he is. But still, the bottom line is, ain't nobody running around here saying that Tom Gardner's fighting dogs. And how can you buy a dog from Tom to be used for the purpose of dog fighting when where did that come from? But Tom ain't fighting no dogs. We got to first prove Tom fighting dog for us to be talking about, he's selling us dog for the purpose of dog fighting. So that's things to, better get you a smart lawyer to get a little common sense. I mean, this is how Tom is able to get away because Tom ain't fighting dogs. Period. And everybody else out here on the internet, and that's where even when it comes down to this room, because y'all know how I get right there in the sewer, in the gutter. They can sit their ass down and do a whole damn volume up with me. And all they can do is help me write a book. Because I makes it clear where I'm going. I'm going right back there in the back when you was calling me a dog fighter. You can, even at my goddamn sentencing, they call me a dog fighter, So they're going to say and do what they want, but the jury tend to say different. Outside the jury is not guilty. What did that mean when the judge still called me a dog fighter? And still with no bit of evidence. No evidence none whatsoever. I mean, fighting the dog.
Not those dogs.
Not those dogs. So, you got to look at it for what it is. If he had his way, he'd have booked me for dog fighting. Probably was surprised that the jury didn't win. Really, you helped him because the journal wasn't going to help him. They didn't have no witnesses to put me into no dog fighting situation. So the jury made the right decision. When you start talking about the champions and the ROMs and getting all involved into that right there, and this is what he got on his yard, and this is what he's saying about his dogs. You tell me, get me the dog fight, and then you explain all that. Don't explain all that, and yet you still can't get the dog fight. You're putting abbreviations on nothing but words and no evidence of action. We can sit up there and put champion all over these damn pedigree websites and you know what I'm saying, platforms. And what does that mean? That ain't no different than being in the damn journal. Yeah, y'all might know the definition, but Still, you get in there. Let me see y'all get in there and prove that Jake's points. Let me see him get in there in front of a jury and prove Mayday's points. All M. Why they calling them all M's and their dog fighting genetic background and all this shit. But the whole time, where is the evidence that these dog fights even existed? Let's start right there. Before you telling me that these dogs come from a genetic background of great dog fighters, okay, I mean, this is what they're saying. Okay, then let's take that. Been like that for over 100 years. Now, my question is, for a person who has not fought a dog, yet acts and talk like he fight dogs, you know what I'm saying? Still shouldn't be enough for them. It might give them probable cause to do this and do that, but you're tapping phones, y'all hear all this jibber jabber between them and these weights and everybody's talking shit. But where is the evidence of the actual dog fighting? Don't tell me about a treadmill and medicine and medical shit and conversation. No, we need an actual dog fight to call somebody a dog fighter, not because they talk about it, not because they have the purpose or the equipment or the puppies or a bunch of dogs. No, when you start throwing that word around, bring the charge of dog fighting as a fact of charge. And I ain't talking about just being at a dog fight. I mean, being a dog fighter is dog fighting. Fighting your dog is dog fighting. These cases is and assumptions, and maybe because these people got weak ass lawyers to deal with the simplest issues at hand, because they're so stuck up in the words and the language that the prosecutor uses, that they get overwhelmed their damn self and forget that there's common sense to this shit. Like, I had to get rid of my lawyers and make it so simple for them that they could have made it simple for me. All I had to do was go in there and tell me just where's the dog fighting at. Where is the dog fighting? No, when you wanted to put the journal up there, you're going to spend a whole 2 days on the journal bringing on all the definitions that we heard over there on PBK show. But there's no need for that if there's nobody going to speak on the fact that where's the dog fighting in this though. You can say about everything that's in that book. You could be even talking about everything that you might have found online. But where is the dog fighting? You got to have the dog fighting, guys. And if your guys don't understand that, then, you already know how it is. Trump went to war without your Congress, so you better believe they can come up in there and get charges on y'all. The same people that he's running around there doing his retribution on and around the country. That just tells y'all at the highest level that y'all ain't got a damn chance. If y'all being handled by them, you already see how they playing. They can throw the charges on there and make you hustle to get out of it. But there's got to be a dogfighting case to be a dogfighting charge. There's got to be a dogfighting case. You're not going to tell me because I got, I've been on YouTube or one of these other podcasts talking shit to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or we can do this, or we can do that, or we could do this, or we could do that. You should be holding up and waiting until they do whatever, and then go jump in there and bring all this shit to the table. They bring all this shit to the table, and yet they still in that whole that shit I heard. I didn't hear not one thing about the dog fighting. Fuck the scars. You know what I'm saying? We have accidents on the yard. Every man have a yard accident on the yard. What are we supposed to do? Surrender our yard? Like, our dogs don't get off the chain. What kind of lawyers are they having around here? Those are simple ass things. Them simple things. These is like big ass holes that I don't know. I hear all this shit over on the TV, you know, and here this like this judge get a dude 475 years for, and this dude there still was no evidence. When I say evidence, it's like you see a mug on TV, you know, on a video killing a dude. Now we see there he is. Yeah, that's him. Say he might have did this and they just got the video over a month ago. They look on the video. Yeah, we thought it was him. But he been free up to this point. Yeah, we thought it was him. He ain't sitting over there in jail on no thought. No, they got that videotape and they saw him and said, yeah, we thought it was him. Now we know it was him. Because they got a video that they can convince a jury that that's him in that video shooting that guy. Just like they should have a video of you in the box fighting your dog. Don't be telling me about anything going on this yard for the purpose of dog fighting until we establish the fact that there's a dog fighting situation going on here on the yard. Damn your scars, damn your belief that these dogs was used for dog fighting. I mean, this is only a belief. Where is the evidence of these dogs actually fighting? These scars are concurrent and conclusive to dog fighting, but they're not going to just sit there and say that these dogs were actually dog fighting because they got scars on them. What about the dogs that you buy out there that have scars on them? I mean, that means they can come and take your whole yard from a dog that has scars. What about the dog that got into the accident and got scars on him? He's back on the yard. He's going to always have him scars for the rest of his life. Thank God, you know, he didn't get killed. But he's going to have the damage to that incident. Does that make you liable for dog fighting or your yard being snatched up or you not being able to have a treadmill or a breaking stick or medicine to take care of your dogs based on this one fucking dog over here that got off the chain a long time ago that's got long-lasting scars on him that they're never going to go away. So that means any dog that, you know, it takes two to tangle. Accidents do happen. Dogs biting through cages, dogs climbing over the fences, dogs climbing through the damn tops you got inside your gates. There's all kind of shit that happens on these yards. These dogs can be musicians. These dogs can break your heart, but these should not cost you if there's not an act. You got to give me evidence of the act taking place, like getting caught at a dog fight. Yeah, as long as you ain't in that box, you going to jail for being at a dog fight. Does it make you a dog fighter? No. Because you got caught at a dog fight, do you deserve to lose your whole yard because you got caught at a dog fight? You wasn't fighting the dog. Now, you know, lawyers, they get petty about the littlest things, but these are questions you must ask when y'all start hearing these crazy stories about, and the man was only reporting the news, and this is how the news is going to report it. They reported it the same way when they reported my story. They made my story sound so wild and crazy. When you go back and look at it, everything that they said, let's look at the evidence of what was literally there. Y'all got news people up here looking at the yard after the dog was taken and they don't see no messed up chains. Where's these short, long ass chains that he had? These are long ass chains on these dogs. Look, they bowls is still there. Where's the dirty water at? These bowls are still there, like these dogs have just got it. Where's the shit at? These news people now. Where's the dog fighting at? Okay? But you're going to hear a lot of that. Bottom line is, give me some evidence, you know, if you're going to catch somebody running their mouth on YouTube or and try to make a case out of that. Or a case out of a guy who's sitting up here boasting up his dogs, know he's lying, know he ain't got shit. but he's sucking up the juice on YouTube and on online and chat rooms and boards, bragging about his stuff. Is the bragging enough to get him a charge? Or get him a charge for what though? We gotta make sure that what he's saying is true. I mean, he could be sitting here lying like we hear these lies every day. And why are they getting so hard for a lawyer to do the simple things? Those are simple questions. That's why we tell y'all don't let them in your yard. You know what I mean? And feel sorry for those brothers out there that's getting knocked for being drug dealers and then becoming dog fighters. Because we know y'all telling. I mean, let's keep it all true and let's keep it all real. They get those years of investigations based off these cases due to the dog fighting. You get a dog case and you don't mind giving up a couple motherfuckers in the dog case. You know what I'm saying? So, you may not have enough, you still need a dog fight to get a dog fighter charge. To me, you feel like you got to have a dog fighting charge. Don't tell me this dog got scars on him consistent to dog fighting when that's not telling me that I was fighting this dog though. It tells you I was feeding the dog with scars, but it ain't telling you that I was fighting this dog. I don't understand that. And I don't understand where the law got it where, a competent lawyer can't answer that question when you ask him, why did they charge me for dog fighting? Because I got dogs on the yard, you got scars, but I'm feeding dogs with scars don't mean that I'm the one fighting the dog. So why I got the dog fighting charge? Y'all understand what I'm saying? I mean, where is the competency in these fucking lawyers? Who is defending these people? That's why I had to get rid of mine because maybe y'all too damn smart that y'all don't have common sense because that was the simple shit that I took care of. I noticed that these lawyers couldn't do on their own. And they the ones with the degrees. Answer simple ass questions. Why can't I have all this medicine? Why I ain't allowed to have these IV machines? I got them to take care of my shit. Don't mean I'm using them to fix up scarred dogs or fucked up dogs because you got to first prove that I'm even fighting my damn dog to be having to take care of me. That's the point. How you gonna relate it to dog fighting and I ain't been fighting no dog? Why I got to be called a dog fighter and y'all ain't proved one time that I've been fighting? Got me all in the journal, but not one time did you get me one person get up there and say, yeah, he fight dogs. I was there. Or a cop that was there at a match with videotaping everybody in there. I ain't standing there smiling all in the box and shit. No, ain't none of that. So to be taking these dogs and putting them all on the news, scarred and malnutrition, and some of these dogs be looking fat as hell, healthy as hell. They always want to see this terrible situation and the conditions of the dogs and how pitiful it is, and get all these little, what you call them, old blood sucking, righteous ones, can sit there and pay all that money to watch UFC, but talk shit about a person who wants to play his game. It's all right to go out here and kill these cows so we can eat. It's all right to go out here and let these boys go out with their shotgun and kill a couple deers and bears and shit. It's all right to let your dog run out there in certain areas of the swamp and go run down some hogs and chew their ass up and bring them in. Now you got to be a little bit more humane about that. It's still a gruesome act regardless. or how you had to deal with a wolf to keep running up in your damn flock, in your herd, snatching on shit. Now you got to go put a real bulldog out there on his ass, and let me put this on video, show that I caught his ass. They think you know it, you being held for getting rid of a varmint that's been sitting up there destroying your livestock. Is there a humane way of killing something? You got to down there sneak off and kill your sick dog. You about to go to jail for taking a sick dog and taking him, putting him out there misery yourself. It's all right to sit there and do a lame horse, but it would sound inhumane for you to do that to your elderly, sick dog that's suffering. I mean, it's just, where is the representation? Bad enough when you get caught up with drugs and dogs, that's bad enough. You can expect somebody to start telling in that situation. I would expect him to tell on me and as a dog man, then I would expect him to be trying to bust out some dope names. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for them to give up the dog fighters. Probably sit there 2 or 3 days and run down everything he knew about everybody he met in the dog game. That's how they make that little spider web and start netting everybody up and knowing where everybody's yards is all of a sudden. People that think they safe, and next thing you know, they got these people popping up on their damn yard. Because somebody told on you. But don't worry about that. If they ain't ready to get on the stand and testify that you was fighting your dog, then you need to find you a competent lawyer to remind everybody before you start putting dog fighting charges on me. Can you get me in a dog fighting case? Literally a dog fighting case? How are you going to prove a person's fighting dogs without the dog fighting? I just don't believe that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit. You should be charged for dog fighting when you get caught dog fighting your dog. Not being at a dog fight, but just fighting your dog is a dog fighting charge. You can't just sit there and say because you was there at a dog fight that you're fighting dogs. Does that make sense to y'all? I got caught at a dog fight. No, I wasn't in the box. No, I was there though. Okay. That is a total different thing than sitting there talking about the same thing that the guy who got caught in the box was doing. Were you there watching him? Sure was. But I wasn't in there. So to even be out here the way the game is now with these what they call the YNs these days, trying to be relevant. They say it's the old school niggas too. If it's anybody old school, is somebody who was back there in that time, who wants to be relevant now. But they keep running into guys like us out here to keep putting these books out here, showing y'all the matches, showing y'all the dog, showing you why anybody was out there really doing that anybody who was out there doing the do, you know what I'm saying? They was in them damn books. And if they wasn't in the books, don't make them smart. Not back then. They make them suspect. Okay? Because there's too many people in them damn books. Too many of them that you can't bump into not one of them 3,000 matches in there. You ain't up in none of them. Nowhere. But you want to come out here and elevate yourself amongst those great dogs that were out there being registered in those journals, in those matches. Come on, man. That sounds like the same incompetent lawyers that let somebody walk in there and charge you for dog fighting and you ain't got no dog fighting nowhere around you. No tape, no nothing. Y'all can sit there and let somebody get you to believe that. then it's not hard for somebody to get out here on Facebook and Instagram and be a Floyd Boudreaux. All you gotta do is talk like you know what he's talking about. Man ain't probably never done a dog in his life. Matter of fact, some of them could be undercover police acting like that, fit right along with all these fake ass people out here. You know what I mean? That's how they get in and make it so easy. Cause everybody out here lying. When y'all just everybody start being honest. Ain't none of y'all fighting no damn dogs out here on Facebook and YouTube. Y'all know it. Y'all is not fighting no dog. Y'all want everybody to believe y'all here so y'all can feel like y'all got some clout. You know what I'm saying? But the police sit right up here, chatting shit down. And believe me, if you ain't fighting no damn dog and you're talking like you fighting a dog, trust me, get a competent lawyer to save your ass when they come knocking on your door, snatching your shit. Because you know you was lying. You know you ain't fighting shit. You know you don't have shit to fight. You know, so when they snatch your ass up, just get a competent lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And let him know, you know, you got to bring some evidence of me literally fighting a dog. If you can't do that, then don't be trying to let them put the sticks in my treadmills and my medicine on me and proclaim me as a dog fighter when they haven't even got me in a dog fight. Dogs got scars on them. Shit, most of these dogs come with scars. I buy dogs. I like their pedigree, I buy them. It's not for the purpose of dog fighting. If it's for the purpose of dog fighting, first prove that I'm fighting dogs. That's the point that everybody keep on forgetting. I keep telling y'all don't let them in your yard. Y'all still letting them in your yard. I tell y'all put your cameras up to make sure you catch everything on film, because that's the sure as hell what they doing when they take pictures of your yard. They ain't taking no nice pictures of your dogs looking pretty. They trying to find the most fucked up thing they can put on film and talk about you and your shit.
There's been a lot of them OGs back in the day that done been in jail behind the dogs, boy.
I mean, even in those cases right there, there's a lot of old dog men. There's some out there y'all been to jail because they've been caught at dog fights. Being there is not a good thing to be getting caught at, but it's still cannot call it a conspiracy ring. When you call it a conspiracy, it's like they trying to make it. Is you trying to turn out the people involved there, trying to make them part of a conspiracy. Now you're trying to make it like like back in the days when they used to run them underground booze houses and shit, and gambling cribs and shit. They just didn't go in there and snatch up everybody in there and charge them for gambling and racketeering and conspiracy just because you was there. No, they trying to get the people who was running the joint. They come in there and they catch all that. Whoever running the house, he gonna get the charge. Not everybody, including him. No, it's gonna be him. By the time everybody gets a competent lawyer, yeah, I was there, but I ain't running shit. Well, how that making you being there part of the conspiracy? So there's a lot going on out here in this internet world. And AI gonna get real smart because AI picking up on all this shit. You don't think they ain't asking AI questions?
No idea.
Huh?
No idea. I asked her to summarize our video, our channel. That's the shit I was reading earlier. That's what it came back with.
Well, see, AI is smart because AI knows that it's telling y'all how smart we are about it because we stay on the bus. And I tell y'all all the time, where I'm at. I'll let you know exactly where I'm at. I'm back here in a time that I can talk about this shit and tell you how I felt and tell you how I was and how it is. Yeah, I was addicted. Yeah, I had to be. Something was wrong with me. I can say all that shit and go back there and point the dogs out and everything because that was a long time ago. And if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to take y'all on a bus and take y'all back there and say, let your imagination roll, because this is for entertainment and educational and historical purposes. That's why I do it and act the way I act. You know? Because I ain't got shit to be fake about. You know what I mean? I'm pulling up shit, showing y'all. Okay? It's the same thing. Doesn't make me a 2026 dog fighter. Because I would be expecting somebody to point out where am I fighting a dog at. You know, y'all understand where I'm coming from, don't you? I ain't checking out the chat though, Mike, but I hope I'm making some damn sense, because it is. You know, when you start listening to that shit, you know, you be like, God damn, you know, he does make some sense. Well, we know there's a lot of people out here faking the funk. And they ain't the ones making it bad for everybody. They're making it bad for themselves. You know, those people getting involved and caught up in those conversations thinking it's safe, you know, and feel good to boast about their shit, you know what I mean? I mean, they're going to waste more tax money trying to prosecute these guys, and these guys is going to spend more money buying these incompetent, dumbass lawyers who I don't know whether they are really true lawyers or are they working with the government, because, again, they don't know how to handle the simple shit. Where is the simple shit? Where is the dogfighting charge? Why do I have a dogfighting charge? And nobody caught me fighting no damn dog. Why is y'all saying I got a dogfighting charge? Oh yeah. Hey, Leather Man, it's not even a good luck, man, because see, that luck has already been used, fam. See, that's the point. See, I don't need no good luck. My luck has already been proven. I don't need that luck no more. Because that's exactly what I said, and that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly why I had a jury tell the goddamn judge that I was not a dog fighter, and then him to sentence me and call me a dog fighter. You understand what I'm saying? The luck was that I didn't get 30 years for dog fighting.
You're facing you had 35 charges.
I had, exactly, because the jury said I wasn't fighting dogs. So how are we going to charge him with promoting dog fighting when we haven't caught him fighting any dogs? See, the luck was I had to get rid of the lawyers to just answer that one simple question. How am I being charged for promoting dog fighting, breeding for the purpose of dog fighting, having dog fighting on as a whole, and I ain't got not one piece of evidence showing that I'm fighting dogs, even though I'm in the journal. What did that mean? I might have scarred up dog on the yard. Where did that says that I'm the one fighting dogs? Don't you think you need to give me a dog fighting charge with me fighting a dog before you start using all this other stuff to make it look like I've been fighting dogs? Making it look like it doesn't mean I was. You make sure you got a competent lawyer to understand that simple little piece right there.
There have been some who beat those cases too, like that.
Shit. Floyd Boudreaux beat it. Pat Patrick beat it. And you see me beat it. Same thing. They went up there and took all them dogs. Said, walk them on them, beat it. They just want to walk them on them to pay that money to get their dogs back.
Which was ridiculous.
Again, you took them, watch out, I had to pay for it. shit, there's been a lawsuit. You should have been charging me for something. Then you turn around and what? Bring back the same shit that you tried to charge me for criminally, as the same thing that you tried to use in me in a civil court, where the evidence don't have to be as strong to sit there and tell me now because y'all took them, y'all might not be able to prove it, but now we in civil court, we can assume you were fighting dog because of all this shit. That's how they play the game. That's how they try to say, okay, you got to pay for us to give you your dog back. Come on, man. They're going to get you any way you try to turn. So I think they did the right thing by turning around and walking the fuck away like they did. I need to go get them if I got to pay for them, because if you try to fight for it, it's like starting the whole thing over now. Now you're in civil court and it really don't take much. They can assume. They don't need all that evidence. You ain't going to go to jail in no civil court. So what's the worry? So they'll sit there and make you look like a dog fighter and win the civil case. Without having that one bit of evidence showing that you fought any type of dog at any time, at any place, with anybody. But that's better than taking the charge on a criminal note. Yeah, we all know the lawyers are. My thing is, there's too much faith being put in the lawyers because we're being too dumb to the law. I'm going in like a lawyer and make sure that my lawyer know what the hell he's doing, because I don't need him to represent me. I need him to do what I tell him. Because the first thing I understand my rights. I understand what I got to do to defend myself. And if I got to use this lawyer, he's going to have to defend me. He got to make some damn sense by answering my questions. Don't go stuttering with my questions and you call yourself my defender. Man, you got me bent. I ask you one time, where is the charges stemming from for me having anything to do with dog fighting? And there is not one bit of evidence to say I was fighting a dog. Nowhere.
And this was after discovery.
Okay, and they still let that shit go in front of a jury. Okay, then let the jury tell you, because that's the same question I put to the jury. Okay, where is the dog fighting at? We heard everything else, but where is the dog fighting?
The equipment for the purpose of dog fighting, promoting that went to shit. I mean, the whole thing went to shit based on the lack of evidence. But then it took 3-4 lawyers to end up firing them all, and the judge you just can't fire your lawyer. You got to get a judge a good reason why you want this lawyer off the case.
I had a good reason every time.
No, remember, we was paying for a lawyer in the beginning.
Yeah. Got my money back. I'm going to give you a reason why I'm being represented, right? Because he can't answer these questions. If these questions ain't being answered to me, I don't expect these questions to have answers to even bring them up in front of the court. You know what I'm saying? If you can't answer my question, how is it going to ever get in front of the court? And it's a good damn question if your lawyer don't say it. And he couldn't even answer it. Yeah, you want to hear him say one time. You want to hear that lawyer one time get up there in front of that court and say it. Could I get him to say it, Mike?
Heck no.
I don't understand why I couldn't get him to say it. So let me get with all y'all and say it myself. That's the point. A lot of these guys are getting themselves caught up out here. They ain't fighting no dog and getting in trouble. Yet the underground still chucking along like it always have, because they ain't even upstairs in the light anyway. They ain't out there in the spotlight. Only ones to get put in the spotlight is those people who get on Facebook and connect the dots by speaking on somebody's name they ain't got no business speaking on Facebook just to get some clout to say, I know them. You know, that's why it's very careful on how you speak on other people instead of speaking on yourself, because ain't nothing to speak on anyway when it comes to you. When you're talking about these fake ass people, everybody wants to be Tom Garner. Everybody wants to be Floyd Boudreaux and Earl Tudor, even if they got to lie about it. Arguing with each other, calling weights. Ain't nobody gonna lock up shit. Ain't nobody gonna do shit off of no Facebook crap. Capping. Come on, y'all. Calling each other out. That's it. But see, here's the new thing, my man. Here, let me put this up. Let me give you some insight on this right here. See, if you are in the journals, you're not guilty. If you're in the journals, doesn't make you guilty. First of all, if you're going to use the journal, because I was in the journal, y'all see me in the journal. They got all them journals. Yeah, they had me in all them journals. But come on now. Who's this? That's a publication. It's a publication.
We talked about that.
We talked about that. In my time, the publication is just what it is. We don't know if these fights ever took place. We don't know if these people who in this book is literally, really out there fighting the dog, because we ain't got nobody in these books to testify that these fights took place. If they ain't got nobody in it to come up and testify to it, then there is no dog fighting. But 2010, they changed that. Now, the mere possession, mere possession, because when Ward Kennels got busted with the journal and he was caught at a dog fight, they went and they raided his home after the dog fight that he got caught at. Okay? And they went to his crib, raided his crib because he got caught at a dog fight. So yes, they're going to pass it down to where he lived in the state. And they went to his yard, and yes, they found the journals. Yes, he was the new owner of the journals. They knew everything. They had all the paperwork. So why didn't everybody go to jail that was in the journal then? Because in 2010, they made the mere use of the journal, because now they can connect the Sporting Dogs Journal to dog fighting. Now we got dog fighting because we got the editor of the journal caught at a dog fight. Jack was long gone, and I don't know when he died, but by 2010, you know, when they changed that law right there, because this is how Jack was able to keep getting out of it out of all the years, even when Jack got caught at a couple of dog fights. Back then, they didn't connect Jack to the Sporting Dog Journal where they could say Jack ran the Sporting Dog Journal and Jack was at a dog fight. And here we got him at a dog fight, and we got a couple matches in his own book where he was the referee. You know what I'm saying? See, Jack didn't. They didn't ever make that connection. You know, everybody said that David Tant told. Well, I mean, David Tant didn't do all this time. So we always have a question, y'all, when somebody get a lot of time and don't get their time and don't have to do all that time. Something happened. My question is, who could he tell on? You know, that's just like Ricky Jones when he got busted. He started telling on everybody that he was connected to, that he even fought dogs with or fought dogs against. Okay? Now you have Ricky Jones. You don't even need the journal. You got a witness that's testifying that his engagement with you was related to dog fighting. Because he done already admitted that he was a dog fighter. So while I'm admitting I'm a dog fighter, I'm gonna carry some people who I can testify that they were fighting dogs right along with me. Now, is that what y'all saying Tom did? Tom has never been a dog fighter. What can Tom get up there and say? When can anybody testify? How can Tom ever testify that he was at a dog fight and somebody's gonna get up there and say and testify that Tom was there and they can testify that he was there or he was fighting a dog? Come on. It's not gonna happen. If you ain't gonna catch Tom fighting no dog, you ain't gonna catch Tom in no goddamn dog fight. And you can't say you're scared because you sit right there on YouTube and tell y'all how great his dogs and his titles and his dogs and his bloodlines have been for countless of years. He's telling us. Come on. Could it all be bullshit? It can be bullshit. It can be taken as bullshit. Because unless you got pure evidence of somebody testifying to what Tom is saying, with all these other people that's getting busted with these Tom Gardner dogs on the yard, you know what I'm saying? And he's still running around here having cookouts and shit because Tom ain't fighting no dog. You ain't gonna catch Tom fighting no dog. You ain't gonna catch Tom out there at a dog fight. So I'm pretty sure, he's been like that for years. Everything else can be straight up bullshit. It ain't against the law to be bullshitting y'all. If y'all can go along with the bullshit and he can get it off, he ain't breaking no law. It ain't against the law to call Champion Bushwick Bill a champion and sell puppies off of Bushwick Bill, Champion Bushwick Bill. It ain't against the law for him to sell you a puppy. Just because he got champion on his name ain't gonna get you arrested because you bought a dog from Tom who was off of Champion Bushwick Bill. They didn't arrest Tom for having the damn dog, so why should you be arrested? Or your yard taken? You haven't proved anything the shit was saying on here was true anyway. But you sure as hell ain't got Tom in my case. Think about it. Competency. You got to look out for yourself. Stop thinking them damn lawyers is so damn smart. When they ain't trying to be smart, they're trying to be dumb.
Cameras.
Cameras.
They're so important.
Cameras make you do the right thing. Cameras make sure that you give your dog water. Cameras make sure that you keep your cages tight. Cameras make sure that when you're not home, somebody's not snooping around your yard. You'd be surprised at the things you see when you're not home once you get a camera off. You know what I'm saying? Tom has been convicted of not dog fighting. Tom has never been convicted of a dog fighting venture. Tom was convicted of being caught at a dog fight. All of them have been caught at dog fights. My friends have all been caught at dog fights. When you get caught at a dog fight, you can expect those people to be coming to your yard. Now, have scarred up dogs, okay? Yes, same situation. Yes, I was caught at a dog fight, but I wasn't fighting the dog, okay? I wasn't the one in the pit. Yes, I was there at the dog fight, but it doesn't mean I was there to fight a dog. Now, I go in my yard, I got pit bulls, but you was caught at a dog fight. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm fighting my dog. Does it?
That's the way it was back then in them times. You gonna try that shit now.
Oh, you can't do it now. Because you get caught at a dogfight now, everybody got dogfighting charges. Even people in the box, even people around the box.
Everybody.
Because now they can make it like a big old, they want to make it look like a big ass organization. You know, for that one night. It's organized. Y'all paid to get in. Y'all made bets. You know, they getting down into the details of shit. And then you got those who want to sit down there with they soda and, you know, and sit there and conversate half the night with the police. They try to downsize their shit, but, you know, I was just there. But the whole time you're talking about everybody you saw in the box. Well, did you know who those guys was fighting in the box? Yeah, I know. Did you come there with them? No, but I know them. These are people that's sitting up there telling on you. All that's going to do is bring the people to your yard. They'll take the rest of it once they get there and come up with everything else once they're on your yard. They find treadmills and breaking sticks and medicine that we use to take care of our dogs, the flirt poles that we use to exercise our dogs, and all these things. And they're going to call that equipment for the purpose of dog fighting. Why? Because you was caught at a dog fight. And they can get that shit off now.
Yeah, because you got somebody to testify against you.
Oh yeah, you was at the dog fight. Even though you wasn't fighting no dog, and even though you got dogs, what you gonna tell them? Why was you at the dog fight? Because I like to watch dog fights. But do you like fighting your dogs? No, but I like to see them fight though. I mean, what else you gonna say? Don't bullshit. You was there, wasn't you? Yeah, I was there. Don't mean make me a dog fighter though. It make me a person who like to watch the dog fight. I attend them, but I don't engage in them. Give me a competent lawyer to work with that. And that's all it takes. I mean, obvious is obvious. We're into dog fighting charge. I'm in charge for being at a dog fight, not in a dog fight.
Yeah, and you kind of stuck on that one with Kessler when you got somebody testifying. Most of the time, with times where they are now, when they ride on that, they be riding on that because they already got somebody that's going to testify.
That's all. You know, they can do all, look, they can use the databases, they can use the data providers, they can do whatever the hell they want. It's better to be caught at a dog fight than to be caught in a dog fight. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, hell, not now. Shit, even if you're in there, you get charged with dog fight. That excuse don't work no more. For real. So
it might not stop the charges, but it has a big effect to the case.
Yeah.
It really does. It still boils down to the simple as simple. Dog fighting, being charged for dog fighting means you were found fighting your dog. There's just no true understanding that why should I be found guilty for having scarred dogs on my yard? When you can easily sit there and say, hey, I got charged for dog fighting because I had scarred up dogs on the yard. Okay, let's relate to those scars. Those scars are definitely relevant to dog fighting. But does it prove that you are the one who was fighting that dog to get those scars? No. Where does it prove that you did that? You see what I'm saying? What if you had got that dog, or you bought that dog, or somebody gave you that dog, he was fucked up, and you liked that dog, and you took him home. Now that's that one dog that you bought home because he had all them scars on him. You know what I'm saying? Good old dog, you studying him out, and that causes you to lose your whole yard, all because of that one scarred up dog. That has scars on him relevant to dog fighting. That doesn't mean that you was the one that put him there.
Hey, Archie said, so you telling me TG didn't testify? No, because TG testified against Fat Bill. I mean, I think Fat Bill has told the story already, so I know we can't get that part wrong. Right?
Mm-hmm. But what did Fat Bill get found guilty of? See, that's what everybody don't understand. Fat Bill didn't get charged for dog fighting. Fat Bill was selling material, videos, and shit like that. He didn't get found guilty because he wrote the American Game Dog Times. How are you gonna say the man was convicted of dog fighting because of him selling that and writing that book? When he sat right there after he got out of jail, and don't we got a collection of Fat Bill's books, Mike?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that have put him back in jail?
Because it was never the book.
It was never the books. Never been the books. Fat Bill has some other shit going on that they can consider him promoting. He had videos and all kind of other shit that they were selling. And remember how they got Mr. Hardrow. Remember, they had undercovers get him. Came up there to buy a dog, $5,000, had his eyes blinging. He rode the damn dog in front of the police. And then turned around and sold the dog for the $5,000. That's what they got him for. After all the times we didn't catch you at a dog fight and you still doing this stupid shit. That's what they told him. Okay, we're going to bust you in your ass this time, old man. And that's how they did it. No, attending dog fights is definitely not the same as fighting the dogs. You know, you have people out there that, you know, don't even have dogs to be showing up at that shit. They just want to be there. You know? The other man said, that's what I just said, Mike Mo. Well, I hear you, fam. You're telling them right if you're telling them. Well, I know Atlas didn't like him either. I don't know what happened with you know.
I think it was a power struggle.
Yeah, it was definitely a power struggle.
Then Atlas went on to be a mayor.
Yep. Yep.
Tom, he always been, you know, on the high end of things. So both of them, they was up there. Even James Edwards was up there. Cause I think he was like an architect and something. He did a lot of, he was into some serious, these guys had some serious money. So
they had money.
Power structure had a lot to do with that, their situation.
Yeah. I don't think the times is different. The times are different than they were back then because there's too much involvement in drugs. See, anytime you got too much involvement in drugs, then they go with the organized crime thing. You know, a lot of money and drugs, and then you have dogs. Oh, that brings on the gambling. So you're making money fighting your dogs and selling drugs. See, that does not look good. And if you're gonna start telling on some people, guess which one's gonna get told on first? Sure ain't gonna be the drug dealers, because they're the ones coughing up the most time. No, they're gonna be giving us some dog fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like Ricky Jones. Well, who did he tell on? He didn't tell on no. He told on some dudes that was messing with him when it came to the drugs, but he told on a whole lot of dog fighters. I mean, he told on people that we just couldn't understand. Why did he go out there and just start telling on everybody?
And then just the reasoning why they was on that mountain anyway, that led to everything that came after that is just, you never know a person and what a person is into when they're dealing with these dogs.
Right, Ricky was counterfeit money, drugs. He was in a whole lot of shit. Mm-hmm. And that's probably why Corey killed himself, because he knew at the end of the game was over. He done got jammed up with the drugs, and he's not going to get around this drug shit. It wasn't more or less the damn dog himself. It was more of the drugs involved. And you get backed in the corner with drugs in dogs, and you ain't nothing but a co-defendant. And as a co-defendant, you don't want to go to jail. You don't even want to be a part of the shit. And he was a part of a lot of shit that he didn't want to face. He ain't the only one that sit out there and did that, killed themselves, having to deal with some shit like that. I know another good friend of mine who killed himself with all that pressure on him. You know?
He was a prominent, well-known community man.
He sure was. That shit. He said, forget this shit. Well, I did the same thing. I did it from the very beginning. No need for me to be talking to nobody, because I don't know nobody. So I left it just like that and left it right there. We can go on through this whole thing. As long as nobody got to ask me no questions, I will continue being the defendant. Not no corroborating witness, not no CCI, none of that shit. I don't know nobody to talk about. You get to asking me about the journal, I'm going to tell you everything in that journal ain't real. So you can add me to that list. Okay, that's all I can tell you about that journal. You can sit there and point there and see me right there. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I don't know how that got in there. Yeah, you in there a couple times though. Hey, again, I can be in there on every page in that book. Don't mean it's true, unless you make it true, because it's still a publication. Really a fictional book until somebody proves that it ain't. And right now, we at that point right there. Ain't nobody prove whatever is in that book that is true. But these days, if you connect it to any book pertaining to dog fighting that has anything to do within the last less than 20 years, you liable to get picked up and put in prison for being a dog fighter just because you was in the book. Because they say now any written publication, being that these journals have been used in the secrecy world of dog fighting as a tool, and they have proven that fact, that's what makes your ass a problem when it comes to being in a journal. That's why there's no more journals. You know what I'm saying? You got them international journals. They can't do nothing with that international shit. That shit is in another country. How can you go bring a book that's over here in Spain or Yugoslavia, got my dog in it and my kennel in it, and come back to the United States and tell me I'm a dog fighter because I'm in their book. It would never happen. No, we talking about the Sporting Dog Journal and the Game Dog Times. We even talking about Rod Louis when he tried to come out with his book. They closed that shit down. They tried to come out with Bones, Vietnam tried to come out with his journal. They shut that shit down because the new law says that, you know, it has been determined that the Sporting Dog Journal was a very big part of the usage of dog fighting record keeping in the world of dog fighting. The connection was when Ward Kennels got caught fighting, at a dog fight. And here he is, the editor of the Sporting Dog Journal. You the editor and you over here get caught in a dog fight and still ran 3 more years after he got arrested.
And to the point to where they made a law.
Mm-hmm. They made a law. In 2010, they closed that little gap right there. No longer will you be able to use a journal as a way of getting, because you in there and because you wasn't part of it, and then it can be proven it's in the book. No, they made the relationship between the journal and the world of dog fighting. And they have evidence.
No, it's in any book.
Yeah, any book. Yep.
It's pertaining to dog fighting. In your possession, you will be charged.
They can't bust you for old journals.
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
A journal. But now I don't know what the now journal look like. I don't even think it is one. Except for the international, you know.
International is just that. That's it. Well, everybody can say what they want when it comes to who told on who, you know, because none of them get 475 years. You know what I'm saying? Fat Bill didn't get 175 years. Tom didn't get 175 years. Old boy, Jack Kelly, he didn't get 475 years. And these are prominent dog men. They've been in the dog fighting community for years.
Didn't Pat Patrick get arrested, him and his wife?
He went to trial. They arrested him and his wife, took them both to trial. Him and his wife, or girlfriend, whatever that person was that was with him. Went through the trial, halfway through the trial, judge said, hold on, stop it. Just stop it. We ain't got a damn one person up in here. They talking about all them years of the Bolio dogs, grand champion, Buck, and all those dogs that Pat Patrick had with them titles and all in the journals and books and shit.
The videos
of his yard. Man, judge said, where is the dog fighting at? Yeah, all that don't look good, but we ain't got to the bottom line of the main charge is dog fighting. You prove the dog fighting, we can put all this shit together. But there was no evidence that he was fighting his dogs. So there's no evidence of him fighting his dogs. Why would he be selling dogs for the purpose of dog fighting when he's not even fighting his dogs? There's even no proof that he's fighting his dogs. That's what happened to him. Same with Floyd. Floyd won a lawsuit.
But they're never going to give you the money worth the amount of value of the dogs they actually took. I think they only gave him, like $25,000?
Yeah, like I think it was close to 50. Because they had a lot of dogs that was taken. But yeah, they gave him close to 50 and lost him. But he was another one. You could never, what he did in the 60s, you cannot be trying to bring out in the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because they tried to use his history.
Exactly.
One of the big figures. Whole
Grandfather of
bloodline.
this shit. Oh, yeah.
Grandfather of some shit. Yeah. They know how to put together a storyline. You know what I mean? Professor, this is public record. A lot of this stuff you can go, if you're interested, you can go pull this shit up because it's still a part of public record. But we bring this kind of stuff to your attention because we're in a different time, man. And when we get on this bus, we go back and we talk about this shit. And this is not to encourage or anything of sort. We're just showing you something that this is what history put out there. But the dog itself, the American Pit Bull Terrier itself, will do primarily anything that you want it to do and do it at a high level. But then that's for you to decide what you choose to do. But the history, that's the part we're just trying to make it to where it's not forgotten. Because the only reason we talk about them anyway is based on their history anyway. We don't know what the future is going to look like. We don't, try to get wrapped up into that because for us, the basement will always exist because the basement is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not meant for everybody. Never was meant for any and everybody. I mean, even back in our time, but look how many of us was doing it. Things changed. Maybe we ain't too keen to up and do it. And maybe if it had been like that back then, we might not have been so eager to, jump out there and travel and do the things and make it hot as it was. I mean, I feel like we can't get caught up in the things that's happening now to where it affects what has happened in the past. Because for me, I want us to preserve that history. And it's okay for me. I think it's necessary to preserve it. We don't want you to forget about these people because, hey, look, we still talked about Tudor and them in our time, and Leitner and Kobe. A whole bunch of other ones that when we first started the show, we gave y'all the early history to come up through not the Tom Garners, but the James Edwards, the Atlas Brewers, the old man, Reverend Abernathy, and Mr. Kimsey Woods, and Mr. Triplett, and the names go on, Mr. Robinson.
Reverend Dak.
Yeah, Reverend Dak. Wasn't his last name Abernathy?
Yeah.
What?
You're talking about Bob Abernathy. That was two different people.
Okay, two different people. You get me right, Mo, because I know Pope, the Abernathy is the one that wound up with Shirley, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. But these old dudes, man, that we sitting here talking about that back in our time, we were young, and these people are names that you can't help but run into when we talk about these damn bulldogs. I mean, and that list get long, it's big, but we share the importance of it based on our time period. And our time period carried a lot of the great ones that I can appreciate. That now I'm at the age when I look back at them and be like, shit, them boys right there, they was getting it in. You know, there's levels to this shit. I can only speak on what I've seen for myself, but I'm just telling y'all, there are levels to this game, and this game wasn't meant for everybody. But the love of the game is what made it competitive. And how can you not respect that the American Pit Bull Terrier that was bred for a purpose was still, after all them years, looked at and respected for being exactly what it was bred for? And some of us just held that in honor because we wanted to give me one who didn't want to have one between their legs. And I tell you, he wasn't a bulldog. So, about the legacy and the preservation of the history. The future will take care of itself. But let's not forget where we come from, and let's be a little bit more responsible about where we're going. So, I wasn't trying to keep everybody here all night. I just wanted to get that part, you know. Here, I'm going to give you this one. It says, before the sport evolved, there were the pioneers who laid the foundation. We're going to shine a light on the history, the unmatched grit, and the old school dogmen who have passed on. This show is about keeping the true history alive out of respect for those who built it. And, you know,
that's it.
When have we ever changed from that? You know, we can't keep talking bulldogs for another 4 or 5 years. I can't see that happening because I think we've put as much as we could put on the line. You know, I would love to see that 1 million mark, and we are getting so close to that. But fellas, it's not too much more you can really say if you can't respect and appreciate what it really means to, I mean, at least to us. Maybe some of the other people out there who've been with us since day one. But it's just hard to sit back and watch the things that's happening, you know, and I don't know, maybe that's why Mo be talking more about the law part, because what he went through. So when you see it, it shakes the nerve. And then you know, and then we sit over here and we're doing what we're doing. Sharing a history, like, you know, that it gets kind of hard because I wouldn't wish being taken away from your family, you know, on nobody. Not glorifying nothing that we did in the past. You know, we make that good and clear. Hey, we was part of something that for that time period and for the many years long before us, this was the passion. Yeah, we had to experience what it took to be on them levels, to be able to do what they were doing, you know, to be the passion of want to be able to do that. That's just our story. And a lot of other great dog men who was able to live their own story. We're going to give you a platform where you can talk about it. But be real about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all it is history. This shit we playing with now, you better act like y'all know. You don't want your history to pertain to nothing 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 100. And I mean, just ridiculous ass number. For us, just enjoy the history. You know, big shout out to the APDR and big shout out to everybody out there who trying to do what they can do to make that possible. And when I say that's possible, I'm talking about people who actually getting out there, putting in that work, going to them shows, really loving the dog and having that passion to get up and go travel to these shows. You know, hey, that still want and that eager to win is going to be there in the dog man himself if he's willing to do it.
Well, stop trying to be a dog fighter. At least out here in the public world. Stop trying to be a Facebook dog fighter or YouTube dog fighter. You know why don't want to do all that? Go run a pole or a wall or a treadmill.
Treadmill, yeah.
And brag about that on Facebook. Brag about that shit. Don't keep putting up these damn great bred dogs, you know, in the fifth and sixth generation and be out here just to advertise so you can sell some puppies. You know what I'm saying? And making the block hot, not only on you, but the victims that you bring in with that foolishness, this, you know, all the fraud from the giddy up. You know? Because let's just be honest. Ain't no dog fighter out here buying none of that shit. Let's keep it real. I mean, even coming from my time, I know I wouldn't be buying none of that shit that I was looking at in the journal. All them pages of people selling the dog, they was bred like the dogs that we used. They were some good ones, but as a dog fighter back then, I wasn't trying to buy from nobody who was selling some damn puppies, you know, based on what they had. I'm trying to find the active dog fighters that's out here winning with their shit and breeding their shit to win with it. Them the one I want to talk to. I ain't have to go to no web page or some old goofy ass shit. You know, even if I had a messenger or what they call it, you know, the apps where and boards where y'all be in there talking all that crazy shit. Telegram. I wouldn't be on that shit anyway. Because a true dog fighter, he ain't gonna be on that shit doing that. No, I wouldn't have been on there doing it. And I have web pages and all that shit. And I never did it. Because what was I looking for? Anything I needed to find, I would go in there and put the goggles on and go run around in the dark. I'm going to find me a champion I want. I ain't going to find it looking through no damn message board or some shit like that. No. Because them is the ones that you won't find in the books. I pick up the joint, I won't find none of that shit. Not even the names in the book nowhere. You know? And for these guys out here just buying these dogs, and you know, you just add to the chaos because then that turns you into a hype maker. You're going to brag about your shit. You're going to brag about where you got the shit because you sure ain't going to put it down. Why you going to put down the shit that you trying to build off of somebody that you went and bought a dog from? So, you know, all it does is just get bigger and worse. You don't know who to believe out here. And the cost of what they're charging for these unwarranted prices, because they sure they ain't warranted, they're not. You know, I mean, when Mayday first came out, the stud fee, his stud fee was $850. They got stud fees out here, dogs based on their pedigrees, $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. And you got 3 generations of nothing. The hell is this shit? It wouldn't be so sporadic if everybody wasn't out there jumping on this shit, causing the next man to believe that he could do what everybody else is doing. Go and enough of these chat rooms and make yourself familiar. You know, a year or two of this shit. By the time your puppies come of age, you're gonna be feeling like you're on top of the world and shit because you didn't turn yourself into an internet dog man. knowing damn well the truth is not what you portraying out here. Knowing it ain't the truth. Knowing damn well we were to pass our guard and say, everybody in the chat room, we meeting up in the basement. That means everything is gone silent. Everybody in the chat room, we on silent now. We had the whole damn community fucked up. Cause now we in a secret place talking. Now we reading out the fake motherfucker. Cause now we asking questions and we calling ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, all them ones is just running out there like, you know, when you run water through a hole and there's a bunch of rats down there and that water started coming, they all start scampering the hell up out that motherfucker. Stepping on each other and everything because they don't want to get caught. You know? That's the way you see the truth. You know, go on there and get them gargles. Stop doing all this upstairs conversating because y'all gonna realize that all this upstairs shit ain't nothing but a bunch of fake ass shit. I mean, just bottom line. Your Facebook arguments, two clowns arguing. That's all it is. Ain't neither one of them doing shit. Cause you shouldn't be on Facebook talking about what you're gonna do. You should be off that motherfucker getting in their business. Talking about some shit that you know ain't got no business talked about on Facebook. Anyway, if you was real about your shit. But if you ain't real about your shit, I'm pretty sure you feel like you lying any damn way so you can keep on lying and talk a little louder and shit about it. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of them. You got a lot of them. Just don't get caught in their trap. Because them be the ones that fuck around and get you all tied up into some bullshit because they done pissed you off. Now you calling out their ass all upstairs, pointing out there that they are fake and all this shit. Now y'all going back and forth. And next thing you know, you talking about, well, what you got? And where you at? On one of these boards or Facebook, putting a nigga down and talking about his dog and how you eat his ass up. You know what I mean? Or showing a picture of your dog in cut condition. Talking about you don't want none of this. I mean, your dog look pretty, but why fuck it up by talking about you don't want none of this? Why you got to go on Facebook and do that? Why you got to go on Facebook to say that? Why couldn't you just take your ass down there and put the goggles on and go out there and say it and make a point to some motherfuckers that might take you up on that offer? It's safer to do it upstairs on Facebook because you know you can duck that shit with the truth have to come out. Go in that basement, you know you can't duck. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no ducking down there. You ain't got to worry about none of that. You're going to either put up or you're going to go back upstairs in the light and go back where it's safe at and never do that shit again. Because, you know, they will crucify you, get caught down there with some fake ass shit. And you upstairs talking shit and you find yourself down in that basement, you know, you'll never know who's listening. They catch your ass down there, going to be calling you out. What you going to do? You know, doing what everybody else was doing with Pandy when they was trying to find something for Pandy. Wasn't nobody answering the phone. You talked all that shit on a Saturday night. Now Monday, you know, you got everybody on Facebook or on that particular board calling your ass out. You know, everybody got something for you. Now, I can guarantee you, 98% of the motherfuckers phony as shit. The other 2%, they probably some boys in the basement that heard some shit and came up there to take a peek and see what they were talking about. That's it. The other 98% that's doing all that barking with you, yeah, all y'all, I guarantee you, ain't none of them gonna lock up shit. Man, believe me, ain't gonna be no contacts. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody giving them no addresses. Ain't nobody giving them no kind of communication to hook up. None of that. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice that on Facebook in them arguments? You know, everybody's calling to put them digits. Ain't nobody putting no digits down. And no. Why call them out for the digits on Facebook or in a boardroom?
Or even had a conversation. You know,
I mean, because they get carried away with the conversations, though. They get that pride in it. The pride really, they can't.
Out there, everybody looking and reading. Oh yeah, they get caught up. Oh, look at this shit.
Because they all gotta go out there feed these dogs. If they out there feeding dogs, they gonna look, man. The last thing a person want to do is feeding their dog is have their yard called trash. Especially if they've been lying on their yard for all these years. You know, I mean for real. They ain't got no other choice but to stand up. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know that them the fakers. You know, no, say something crazy. Back in my time, you know, when we didn't have all that, you know, we probably go up on a damn message board back then and say some foul ass shit, and then the next thing you know, that shit is deleted, and you don't see these two people for a while, and then when they come back, you know, both of them back all right. You know why? Because they went down in the basement handling their business. You know, it wasn't made for public announcement. Ain't none of this shit for public announcement. If you're out there doing wrong with these damn dogs, enjoy the show and just understand, stay your ass where you been, you know, in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of guys say, I don't like pushing none of them buttons. Because I be thinking they be taking my information. You know, let's not take it for what it ain't. Because it could be what it is. Understanding that. A lot of guys, you get a lot of views. There's a lot of dog men that come in here and watch our show all throughout the week. We show the show, probably go back in the older shows and just watch all those shows because it comes from a time period from some real dudes who experience some real shit. Take that and enjoy that because that's what it's there for. You know, ain't none of that meant to be upstairs, you know, trying to build y'all up to be, you know, flamboyant and bold enough to the point where y'all have to, you know, everybody's lying, but got the nerve to be arguing and fighting like y'all really ready to do something. Knowing the louder you talk, the more eyes and attention you're getting. You know what I'm saying? And probably the police and already checked you out and know you're lying, so they ain't fucking with you. That's why they leave so many of these trolls out here, because they know these trolls run around and they like to see these trolls go around and piss off the wrong people. You know, where motherfuckers be ready to jump out there and say something they ain't got no business saying. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't already check the troll out. Oh yeah, we didn't check them out. He ain't nothing but fake. He's on these channels just talking shit. He ain't got shit. Yeah, we didn't check him out. Yeah, he ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they do it. But they'll let him dangle around out there and keep on doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So he can just keep on drawing people into his little web of shit and getting his little, you know, what they call a cap off. You know? Yeah, that's how they bust their ass. Everybody becomes part of that web. All off of these fake ass people. And for all these historians that know so damn much, I wouldn't mind being a historian. You know, because ain't nothing wrong with Stephen A. Smith. He made his money just sitting over there in that chair talking about everybody else. So if I can get a job like Steve, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to compare the two. You got Stephen A. and then you got the actual player. Whose word is more relevant? The actual player or the wish he could be the player?
Stephen A.
Because Stephen A., he's a wannabe. He wish he could be. So the best thing and the closest way he can get to it is to understand it, know the people to the point where he can talk about the people, whether it's good or bad. He put himself in a good position as a talker. Other than that, he's not a doer. Me, I don't give a damn about Stephen A. because he ain't doing shit but running his mouth. That's how I look at Stephen A. And I always got a little respect for him, but I don't. The respect goes as far as him not doing shit. I can respect that. And that's not what he do. He don't do shit. He talks shit. Now let's talk about the doer that I get an utmost respect to. Because for some reason I have more relationship with a doer than a person who just runs their mouth. Might know a lot, but you just talk. You just all you read. I have very little appreciation for that because I'm a doer. I can relate to another doer. Because talking about it ain't the same thing as doing. You know? So, yeah, I see there's a difference in it. And I see there's a lot of that going on upstairs where everybody's, selling dogs and, boasting their shit. And they just using these platforms to, gravitate on. And I just got to tell you, if y'all trying to do something the real way and the right way, do that. Do all that and don't worry about the police coming in snatching up your yard and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't doing shit anyway. But don't be out here talking shit when they come and snatch up your yard and now you trying to get them to convince you was lying the whole time. That's not going to stay a secret for long, especially if it reaches the PDK, because he going to have your ass out there talking about you. I told you, what I tell you, you know what I'm saying? But the bad thing about it is, you're going to have to expose your game, man. You're going to have to come clean and tell the court, just on YouTube and the internet, lying. I don't want to be fighting dogs. I take good care of my dog. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. Y'all know that story.
That's why I was trying to get out of here.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot of them out there doing that.
There's a whole lot of them out there doing it.
Come on now.
Gotta respect the game, man.
You gotta respect the game. Leave the game alone. I mean, the internet is not for that world. It never have been. A lot of these guys that we had on our show, we old and they dying off. That's history. All the ones that we didn't get a chance to put on, like the great ones that we talk about all the time, that's gone, they already planted in history. We talk about them to this day. We just add new people to the list, instead of them old people. We got to add the newer people because y'all too busy talking about these old people, and when these old people wasn't the one who created this shit, they had this thing peaked at a time that where some of the best dogs that was ever bred and produced was during them 90s and the early 2000s. That's the bottom line. And the guys who was making it happen was the same old people that I've seen throughout the years. Jerome, Ivy Stevens, Kenny Allen. I mean, these are real dog names. And I'm talking about them, the white guys. When you start talking about the black guys and the Latinos, guess what? We're going to have a whole lot more of them to talk about than we are going about the white guys. Why? That's because that's when the game changed.
A lot of them brothers popped up too.
Too many of them. I mean, even when it came to Beach Boys, like Beach Boy and them, they was cool. It was not like it was a colored thing. Bulldog is bulldog. But they can tell you, Clayton and Burton, these old timers, they wasn't ready for that bomb barrage of shit. But they should be proud because when it all changed and the competition definitely got bigger and better, I'm gonna tell you, y'all was to take Jeep and them dogs back then and try to put them into them 90s worlds, y'all can cuss me out tomorrow. But a lot of them dogs wouldn't have had a chance. They wouldn't have had a chance. I'm trying to tell you. Because that game got rough. And when you talking about a whole bunch of people, and we talking about thousands of people was doing this, man, they got to weeding out shit where only the strong could survive. And we can name the kennels that survived. That to me are legendary kennels, legendary people. And everybody can't be that.
They all got a story that's lit.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. At least the ones that I talk about. You know, because they was matching dogs. And when we talking about, like you said, Mike, what you say? If we got 1,500 matches, that means that's 3,000 bulldogs going down in 1 year. Come on now. Think about that math right there. Think about it. And how in the hell can y'all compare that to what y'all doing now? Talking about y'all dogs is better than our dogs.
Shit, in 2000, it was worse than that. Was that 1999?
Yeah, 1999 was 1,976.
Right. That's over damn near 4,000 dogs.
Yeah. Damn near.
Dog man, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely competitors. You got to have one in the corner in each corner to make that math come out right.
Yes, sir.
Now, y'all got to admit, and how in the hell can you compare now with the way it is now? Understanding we don't need to be in the basement. When Path Law speaks for itself, you can look at the elements of what's going on in today's game and know the shit is not the same. The thing is we're selling papers and dogs because in the basement these dogs do not exist. I'm sorry. You know, just keeping it real. That was just like that in our time, was it not, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah, all these people talking about Mayday dog wasn't shit and all this shit, but you look at any other pedigree and you gonna find that them goddamn yellow dogs, them Mayday dogs, them buck dogs, and them Jeep dogs stand out there in the real bulldog world as underground as some of the predominant, most winningest dogs in the history of the dog game. And this is the line we talking about in the basement, but then you got these internet suckers up there hollering, this dog, these dogs lines of shit, this is this is that, this is that. And then they come up with some whack ass name that you never heard of before in your life. They talk about somebody probably don't even exist, just to make it sound like you know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the game is full of today. I can't speak too much about the basement, but just based on what I hear upstairs, there must not be much going on downstairs compared to what was going on in our time. You can't go asking for a bunch of competition when there's not no competition out there. That's all I say. You know, how's it going to get better when it's getting worse with all these watered down pedigrees?
Preservation, got to put them to work, Mo. That's where I'm at. I'm with the APDR, I'm with the ADBA, I'm with the the show Pig Picnic and the show that they're gonna put on down there. I'm down with South Bottom. I'm down with Samurai and the Digital Dog Show. I'm down with anybody that's willing to put in some work.
At least get some real bragging rights. You want some bragging rights? Yeah, get the bragging rights upstairs since you want to be so flashy upstairs. Go out there and get that shit done. I mean, I just can't see how you just feeding a bunch of damn dogs and breeding dogs just to brag about some fucking papers. You know how you make your eyes blurry sometimes to get a good look at something?
You gotta squint.
Better. Right. It looks better in the blur than it do when you clear. you know what I'm saying? When the shit ain't real, it's better to see it in the blur. You know, when it's clear, it don't look as good. You got to blur it up a little bit for it to look good. That's what I see today in the damn game. You know, they pressing a lot of these people about this dog fighting shit when it's not as bad as it used to be. But they make it sound like it is, but it's not. You know, it's not. A lot of them guys that been getting busted, ain't none of them. Give me one legendary motherfucker that got busted outside of Ralph. That's all I gotta say. I ain't heard no underground big kennel getting busted that made the news that was relevant to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And my knowledge don't go but so far. So I look at that, man, and just say, I don't know why these guys is just ruining the internet with this dumb shit when they can be really helping the breed by coming together and organizing to a better light. You got damn near 1 million motherfuckers on those boards on Facebook. And you mean to tell me y'all can't, out of all these boards, y'all talking about all these different bloodlines and running around here throwing up the old shit and with all that good information, but what good is it if it ain't moving nothing? What good is it doing? Everybody wants to be a breeder, and what are you breeding for? The fuck? You know, that's what I be. That's the thing that we need to all come to grips with and understand. You know, because the old times that we had on the show, there's not none of that shit running around here running these days no more. We'll know when to make. You know, I might not be here, but I can guarantee you, there's not going to be another STP, another Super Kennels, you know, another Southern Kennels, another Jeep. There's never going to be another one of those moments in the history of the dog game. You know what I'm saying? That's going to come out of the basement and take over the upstairs world of the game and the legacy of the game of the past of our time under the same standard. I don't see that happening in the future. Not in this country. You know, I think the basement's going to become more secluded and isolated, and it's going to cut itself away from any connections to the upstairs with all these puppy peddling, paper riding people, and they're going to shut them off. And without the basement, preservation ain't going to be worth a damn. Everything that's going to be preserved in the light, in the dark. And nobody going to be trusting no newbie or somebody coming to their yard to breed to their dog. You know, all I'm doing is making those people who got those worthy dogs question the people who want to come and breed to their shit. sometimes it'd be scary for you when you got a running kennel and people want to breed to your shit while you still active. You know that you don't really want to do no breeding to no outsider that you don't know. And in today's world, I think everybody should be running around here scared. And which is make it the game a little bit more safer for everybody. The more scared everybody is, the more cautious and better off everybody's going to be. You get too many people getting ripped off with these fake ass dogs. You know, you're going to definitely cut down on your internet, battle wars because, I think the community itself is getting tired of seeing the fakeness is there. You know, controversy always brings attention. Arguments always bring attention. And it seems like the upstairs, that's what motivates and controls the upstairs. Has nothing to do with dog fighting. Has nothing to do with the preservation of the world, the dog fighting bloodlines. Nothing. All this has everything to do with relevance. Everybody's trying to be relevant.
You don't see that go down?
Nothing. Huh? What'd you say, Mike? Let y'all know what I'm saying. I was going to bring up the 2003 book, but y'all got into a good conversation. I thought it was a good one for me because, but Carlos, I know everything about the Bob Stevens case. Everything about the Bob Stevens case. He's one of those major cases, but it was that case right there. See, that case right there was the present case that saved us all from the use of the journal. But in 2010, they came up with another law to offset Bob Stevens' case. They changed the precedents just like they did with that Roe law with the abortion shit. Yeah, they did the same thing to the Bob Stevens case, where it's definitely, like they said, the publication is not basically evidence, but you actually paid attention, you would have also found that Bob Stevens case is not going to help you no more. It helped me, but it's not going to help you guys. It's not the same anymore because the connection has been made. In Bob Stevens' case, the connection was never made, but the publication was a connection or a tube to the actual world of dog fighting. You write all the books and talk about it and everything else. It's all in a publication. Necessarily doesn't make it real. It could always be fictional. But once they made the connection of the use of the journals in the dog fighting world, they came up with that law that they can use, not the old books or none of that shit, but, new publications or trying to put out a book like the journal now will get you thrown in jail. And anybody in that book, just let them know.
Hey, hold on, man.
Mm-hmm.
My man, Leatherman said, at this point, what's the caller number so I can clear up some shit up? I actually spent 4 years in law school, never took the bar exam. I have an undergrad in criminal law, representing Ohio University. Leatherman, I had the link down there, fam. Hold on, bro. If you want to get in some input, let me get the link back down there.
Yeah, Leatherman, I'm from and again, I never went to law school. Didn't even take no classes. and want to appeal and want to trial without a lawyer.
Shit, I went to the Ohio Supreme Court and got it. Goddamn, you can go there and see me in that motherfucker. Case law.
Who wrote your brief, though, Mike?
You wrote the brief, but you know that brief is what got us down there. When it came down to standing in front of them, putting that point across, shit.
Common sense.
Common sense. They go that link letter, man. You want to clear up some shit? Come clear it up, fam. Because look, you educated. Big shout out to my man Uncle Willie, the mad doctor. I see you, fam.
Hey, Mad Doctor, Mad Doctor, you wanted my number, man. Send me the email.
Big shout out to my man MB4 Fire. This is not J-Bo, aka J-Bo. Hey, but look, I put that information out there. But yeah.
Hey, Uncle Will J-Ball. Hey, Uncle Will J-Ball, you know I'm gonna come and ask y'all, man. Now y'all know I'm telling the truth about this internet shit. Y'all know I am. Y'all know I am. I just need y'all to back me up. Just back me up. Cause y'all know y'all be sitting on the backside laughing about the shit that y'all see out here on these damn boards and these other shit that's going on out here. You know, being true doers of the game. I mean, do it look like that to y'all like it looked to me? Because I'm going to tell you how it looked to me. I tell y'all all the time. I tell everybody. You know, real definitely recognize real. And we all know what we did back then. You know, damn well we wouldn't be on no damn message boards and all that crazy shit that we seeing now. So, you know, I just don't believe 98% of this shit is real.
Well, you can close with it, though, man. That's a question of the night, because, again, I ain't trying to be... It's 1:30. It's coming up on 1:30.
Everybody was, hey, shit. That shit got deep there for a minute.
Hey, they still typing.
Oh yeah, small time said, hey, yeah, ABB publications regarding the president are indeed evidence. You damn right, they sure is. Yep. And you're right. That's what it was. That's where the connection came in at. That's why he lost the appeal. And they came up with that law that went through Congress and the Senate, and they implemented it into the law based on what happened to his ass. That's exactly what it was. It's what happened to him is what changed. They changed the law and took that loophole that everybody using that Bob Stevens case, which I did too. You know.
Now, y'all know, in order to change the law, I mean, come on, we old enough to understand the process of how that is. You know what I'm saying? When the government changes the law, that means statutes and all that other case law. The law becomes binding, man. And when they go to making special adjustments to the law, like they have done with these dogs, it's almost like they really trying to eradicate the dogs. But if you don't know the law, what they say, ignorance is not, you know,
it's not
justify
your innocence.
Right.
You not knowing doesn't justify the fact that you should have knew.
You should have known. That's right.
Right.
So, brother man, you appreciate that, fam. Yeah, one damn thing for sure. You didn't really tell us what your law. You know, I did criminal law, but I would love to know what would have been your major. Criminal law, corporate law. Law got a big field out there. But
well, they treating the dog law. They treating the dog law like it's a criminal case, but they're using civil tactics.
Right, because now the burden
in civil is really on the defendant.
Right. Well, they bringing it into the criminal now.
Right.
Put the burden
now,
back on
them. When it comes to the dog, it's like that on the criminal side now. The burden ain't on the prosecutor no more. All he got to do is dress it up with a bunch of treadmills and sticks and dogs with scars and heavy chains and just make it sound like it was horrible. And give me one champion that y'all can speak on in all these damn raids for the last couple of years that got snatched up out of one of these dudes that we didn't see on PBK. Anybody know any of these cats that were like, are they like a hardcore STP, Super Kennels, or anything like that? You know what I'm saying? Or they just some guys that had dogs. What's up? I've seen a few, but nothing major to feel like, not like they ran up there and snatched Bob, Mr. Bemis out his bed and snatched his shit. That would have made the news. No, we seeing these guys and we don't even fucking know who these guys are. Shit. I'm just saying. And like they said, they're getting jammed up on Facebook. Yep. Big Rob, the only one I know. Me too. He had moved out of the D. They ran him out of the D right along with McNasty and them. But, even in his case, Big Rob was old, getting a little senile, and he's always been a wild character. So, I look at Big Rob, and I saw that video of him, and man, it was sad. How could you be an OG from the D and act like you ain't got no damn sense whatsoever? You looking like a scared snitch is what he looked like. I'm sorry. A snitch that just didn't care no more. Don't care if everybody know. I'm just gonna go ahead and just tell it. I'm tired. That's what he looked like. That's what he sounded like. If you knew Ralph, he was getting old. He was getting senile. Ain't nowhere in hell I'm taking Ralph anywhere with me. Gotta understand that. Still gonna be my dude. Always gonna be a dog man of the past. He can't be the dog man of the now because he fucked up in the now. Because he what he did on video where everybody could see what he did. He can't nobody say Ralph didn't tell.
But Mo, prior to that happening, somebody reached out to us and did tell us that. Ralph
he was getting older. He was doing weird shit.
He was doing weird shit. So when that happened and to see the video, I see what they meant.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I still love him because we don't have Ralph. Come on now. We can tell you some stories about us and Big Ralph, can't we?
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? They changed.
He just changed. That's all.
That's all. Got old.
Age do that. I guess age does that. Hey man, go ahead and take us out, Mo. Go ahead and take us out. Hey, hold on.
Well, Leatherman didn't get up there, so I guess he's gonna get that alone.
We're 7 for 9. Big shout out to my man Hart Fitness Kennels. I see you, fam. He said the problem is people don't stand on for what's right, twins. Fought the case on them abusing the law, and Buck fought the case on them charging the wrong laws. Yeah.
And that's exactly what I got them for. They charged me the wrong laws. Why were they the wrong laws? You got a whole bunch of dogfighting shit related to dogfighting, but you couldn't prove the dogfighting part. That's the point I was making. And that was basically the same thing they got Pat Patrick out of this shit, and the same thing with Floyd Boudreaux.
Hey Mo, Mad Doctor said he said, I know Mo acted that way sometime here, but was a huge part in the D 94 and up.
Shit,
You're right, Mad Doctor. I can go back further than that. Yes, sir.
I go like 88, 89.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we go way back, bro.
Yeah, man. We go like in the 80s. He was Bad Boy back then when there was True Colors. You know, Rock used to be part of True Colors too. Wild Suburbanite Paul and Tony Rogers. They was all motherfucking, True Colors. Yeah. Big Ralph and Nudie used to hang out a lot. They used to be running partners. Nudie was a bad boy himself. Another old laid-back OG. Too cool to be known. He was too cool. You couldn't even, I could imagine Nudie getting, but remember Nudie got jammed up that night, Mike, Windy City and all them got jammed up the night we got away with Boss Man, right? Yeah, and shit. They just gave everybody a slap on the wrist that night. I think that was only because the way they handled that shit was so ruthless. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like going into a gambling room that doing illegal gambling and go in and just tear up all the gambling machines. That's what they did that night when they just snatched up dogs and started killing them. Like, we're going to just tear all this shit up. We'll take the liquor and pour it out. We'll take the weed and the drugs and just dump it. That's exactly what they did that night with them dogs. Just kill everything.
Hey, Small Time said these dogs like weed. Cats doing real biz about weed, but once was a simple charge and now an entire legal $1 billion industry. Well, cocaine used to be legal. Liquor was legal, then it was illegal, and it's back legal. So, over years, we all agree that times change. But if it ain't making them no money, then they overlook it. Because remember, the dog game was overlooked for many years. Many years. I mean, hell, we was getting slaps on the wrist back then. I mean, when they said misdemeanors, I'm talking about misdemeanors like $100 fine and shit. I mean, and I tell you, the craziest shit I've ever been a part of is when they had bleachers. I mean, like we had a high school football game, bleachers type shit. You know what I mean? So you would never say I would never be caught no shit like that. Well, hell, I would never caught no shit like that, but I was a part of some shit like that. One of the best parties I ever had in my life. I tell you, we used to go to some shit about 150, 200 people with no problem. None. Try that shit today. That should be on the news. No, it would go viral. 200. I say again, 200. I believe they knew what was going on that night at Ricky's place, man, but there was so many damn people that they waited. You know that?
They said it.
They said it. They waited until everybody left. But just imagine what that'll look like up on that hill, in that mountain, with all them folks up there.
They wouldn't know how to bring him. How they gonna bring him down, man? They didn't know what they were running. Too many people was there. They would have had to bring the National Guard down to there. Because you had all the wrong people there.
They had the whole alphabet when they did go.
Yeah. But they had people at the dogfight.
Yeah.
So they had agents at the dogfight. Now y'all know that's bad when the police is getting into the dogfight, paying at the door like everybody else, and just coming on in and start recording everybody. Y'all tell me that ain't crazy. I would be scared to go to one, knowing that kind of shit going on down there these days. Y'all ain't checking the door. Who want to go somewhere the door ain't, the security ain't right? I mean, if anybody out there who's thinking about this shit, just thinking about it, just think. What is your chances of going to something you want to go so damn bad that you got to go want to go see something? And when you get there, you got the man at the door doing nothing but collecting money. You can see he's like a slob, just don't care. He just wants the money at the door. Who gonna want to be up in there, man? Ain't checking nothing, just collecting money. I would be so goddamn nervous. I probably wouldn't even be one. I'd probably be sitting in the car. One more got ready, I was sitting in the car. Where'd y'all find me at? In the car? Shit. Yeah. I see a motherfucker collecting that money and just everybody walking in. I'm not going, you ain't got
nobody
no
asking no
there.
question, nobody co-signing for nobody.
You ain't got no business there, y'all. You ain't got no business there. You need to hurry up and get the hell up out of there.
Oh, shit. It's funny for us, man, because I'm telling you, I think we was crazy when we say people, you said you have to co-sign for somebody. Somebody didn't know somebody. Everybody was responsible for everybody. That might sound crazy, but it maybe people cared for the people who they was bringing in. You know, everybody looked out for everybody. And that little saying we should say in the beginning, you know, if there's any police in here, we're not going to do anything illegal. Remember all that? No, that statement didn't mean a damn thing, but we said it anyway.
Now, when the dog man to sit there and tell you that they fought 150 times, Mike?
150 times.
They got this the police. The police now. 150 fights. Come on now.
And for us, we only talk about damn near 50. They tripled what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Tripled. No, fellas, this game ain't the same no more. So we're gonna preserve the history, and we're gonna just let it stay like that. Just be safe. Respect the history for what it is. Let's enjoy it while we're doing this show. Help us get to 1 million by showing up, showing out, hitting that like button and sharing your time and your experience and sharing that information, because it is so much needed and so important. And so as we close out this night, y'all help us out. And for my man,
before you jump out of there, I gotta go with this one right here.
Hard to finish.
Yeah, hard to finish. Look, here's the thing, man. Look, I was facing 30 years. You hear me? I was waiting to go to trial for 3 years. The whole time they plea bargaining with me, they plea bargaining me with 30 years. I go to trial on Monday. Friday, we have what they call, what's that little hearing? Status hearing.
Status
Before
hearing,
you go to trial. It was at that time right there that they offered me 20 years. They took off 10 years and offered me 20 years. And I still said, fuck it, I'm going to trial on Monday. But the best they gave me was 20 years. They dropped it from 30 to 20. We're going to give you 20. No, I'm going to trial. And from that trial, I ended up with 30 months. 30 months.
Without a lawyer.
Without a lawyer. And when it came to the equipment, when they was giving the final instructions to the jury, I stopped the judge and told him he forgot a law in there that could benefit me pertaining to the equipment charges that I had upon me in the state of Florida. Because of my ability to having all these dogs and stuff, I was entitled to have certain things that the average person wouldn't have based on my knowledge and my caretaking of so many dogs that I had a right to have it. And made sure that they put that down there for the instructions to the jury. And guess what? That was one of the things that I got found not guilty of too. Owning and possessing of equipment related to dogfighting. For the possession for dogfighting. Got found not guilty for that. All because of that one little that was in the law that I made sure that the jury had instructions on. Yeah, I had all that shit. If you can't prove the dogfighting charge, then all this medicine and all this stuff is just commonly used for a person who got dogs.
Okay, you ready now?
Mm-hmm. Uncle Willie said, look, Uncle Willie said, I went to court last week.
And Uncle Willie, your shit been around for quite some time. He said, I pled to 2 counts. They dropped the rest. 5 years reduced to time served. Uncle Willie, big shout out to you, fam. I know that had been around and hanging on you for quite some time. I know when you disappeared, I thought you was gone. But I'm glad to see you back and glad things turned out for you, man. Really glad for you.
Yeah, that's true too. My man said, he said, Twin, you fought them not because you wasn't guilty. You fought them because the evidence they had was wrong. That was the whole argument. And you would think a lawyer, a competent lawyer would understand that. Yeah, a competent lawyer would have understood all that. But guess what? I had 4 of them that didn't understand that. And that was my whole time is what I was arguing and fighting. But you're right. You're exactly right. And remember, I told you the judge called me a dog fighter when he was sentencing me. After all that, the judge still called me a dog fighter, during my sentencing. And I had to let him know I never said I wasn't. Shit. Why you sling that word around? Why you going to put me in jail? No, I'm going to jail after hearing that shit. Yeah. The judge said, you just sat through this trial like everybody else.
Man,
you still
right.
got the nerve.
Call me a dog fighter.
Call me a dog fighter while you sentencing me. Okay, first of all, your court, Your Honor, I didn't never said I wasn't. I just said he wasn't fighting those dogs. Huh. Now, that's exactly, and that's what I said, Mike.
That's exactly what you said. And you know what? We could have fought that, man. But you know,
Yeah. Go
it
ahead,
was
Mike.
no. I said we could have. You could have fought that, but after all them years and seeing how the system was working, it didn't make no sense.
Mm-mm.
You was like, man, 30 months is better than 30 years, Mike. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done. And you took that route.
Yeah.
We could have peeled that shit right after the fact, and well, all the shit that we had in our favor, but you just chose to no. So we could have kept playing lawyer. You know how I felt about that.
Yeah. I mean, but 30 months, that ain't that a big change from 20 years and 30 years for the 3 years we were waiting just to go to trial? They weren't dropping none of my shit. You gonna tell me you gonna drop my shit from 30 years to 20 years? You ain't scaring me with all these damn charges just because they found my girl guilty of all her charges. That's because she was done unjustly. She had a lawyer. He should have been just barred for her being found guilty.
For real. And they were basing everything on what they said you did. And even the judge said that at her sentencing that, well, we're going to wait to sentence her after his trial.
Yeah, because I don't know what she's guilty of yet.
Yeah, I don't know what she's guilty of yet. That's what the judge said that. Same judge. Y'all, listen. This is what I call the corrupt system, because he could have fixed her shit and he didn't. That little slap on the wrist, what, a year suspended? Them charges should have been gone.
Yeah.
Just to the lack of evidence. Because how can she be guilty of something they say he did and he's not even guilty of it? That still doesn't sit right with me. But that's what we deal with. That's what we share tonight with y'all, to let you guys know that, hey, look, fellas, over here we just trying to say we're preserving history. But hey, let's take it for what it is. The reality, times have changed. Like everything else in life, all good things must come to an end. So let's preserve what we have, enjoy what we talk about, and let the rest take care of itself. So do me a favor, help me out, show me some love. If you felt like this conversation was needed and you enjoyed yourself and you're trying to just respect this game for what it is, and let's keep it to where we at. Don't forget my man Showtime's birthday, so I think that should give me a little bit of extra thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Muscles, muscles, muscles. Now, from my man Showtime and the rest of the crew, show your damn self. Roses, roses. We need them damn roses. Show your love. Big shout out to Uncle Willie. Glad to see you made it out of the dungeon, fam. Get that weight of coffee, that sigh of relief. I feel you. And everybody else out there who's been through this. It's a learning process, but it's all for the love of the dog. Because what other reason would you even be in that situation? You can't hate us for loving what we love. It is what it is. So, as we check out of here, fellas, even in them hard time situations, man, hang in there. Be a bulldog. I mean, find it in you. Just find it in you, man, to just keep on keeping on. Fight to the bitter end. Be that bulldog. Fight for the preservation. Fight for what you love. Because there's no other reason why you would be doing this if you didn't have the love of doing it. You can have a damn poodle, but you don't. So protect yourself, respect yourself, and always remember, you better always, and I say it with deep, intense gratitude, to always scratch the wind.
Well, if you ain't scratching, you're curling up.
You're curling up. I'm trying to tell you, if you ain't scratching, man, look, I don't know what to say for you. I'm gonna run this though. All right. He said, Twin, you fought the evidence. Brake stick and treadmill is legal. And that's what has to be fought for, just having those things. Don't make you a dog fighter. How else you supposed to exercise our dogs? You're right, man. If it was any other breed, would they be able to throw that at you? I don't think so. So it shouldn't be thrown at you just because it's a bulldog. That's the obvious, fellas. That's the fight in itself. But you can't be scared. Don't be scared. You need to get out these dogs. Let's put them down. Because you don't have to do anything to be in trouble. And I know there's guys out there. I've heard guys that didn't do anything, that got cases and they're spending time. And I just don't wish that on nobody. And that's why I feel, like between why we do this, because what we're trying to do, and then looking at things the way they are. Just accept the past as the past and let's leave it back there where it belongs. Just enjoy it with us and let the rest take care of itself.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that hard finish. Appreciate you, fam. Big shout out to my man.
Good shout out. I got to give it to y'all. Good show.
Big shout out to my man, Mr. Derek Lockett. I see you, fam. Having 360. I see you, fam. Appreciate it. Hey, man, y'all stay safe, stay true, stay loyal. There's nothing wrong with this except for not being true to this. So, can't be true except the fact that this game ain't meant for everybody. And on that note, enjoy your weekend. And I had to crack him in the head like
Better know my head, but I don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Most wanted Kennels in the spotlight, danger alert, come with the name. Super Kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work Kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline, where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp, when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, this that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Veer brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in and y'all let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah, the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same grind, same fire, same spit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
about it, that's the litmus test.
Legend of doom behind set tone. Locked tight, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. Fruit colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal game bill, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk them down, ram in the dark. DSK and Metal High Dog, pound by hard. When they hit, praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they live it.
Fat boy the legend, Lil Buster, real strong, Southern Bulldog, keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night power, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like a Sherman tank. Lil' fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary and lit as shit. Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it. That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends, everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit, 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 pit bullshit.
Going hard, Kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cars. From yellow Mayday 8s, they bred real stars. Welcome to the yard where the legends get raised, where the chain spots shine and the bloodlines praise. Grand champ King Kunta with that royal type stride. Red ruby in the pen, red hot worldwide. The brat in the cut, keep the hustle on track. Pretty mama got the look and the structure intact. L-Ride bring the heat, yellow bird bring the flame. Gus and 38 special certified in the game. What day in the ring, crowd love in the scene. Dogs moving like ghosts in the champion's dream. From yellow to buck, their foundation is tough. Yellow buck in the veins, yeah, the roots run rough. Mayday in the pedigree, ace in the spine. That old school fire still alive in the line. Twin brothers in command, pushing forward with pride. Going hard on the banner, let the whole world ride. Hard work in the yard, every sunrise earned. Legacy in the dirt, with every chain spot turn. No shortcuts, taking no champions bought. Just blood, sweat, time, and the lessons they taught. Going hard, Kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cards. Yellow Mayday ace turning pups into stars. Sheriff Pal bought us in the game, stamp legit. Find him in Tornadoes pedigree. Hall of Fame, double grand champion. James Pogay, the formula showed how to build and sustain. Blueprints in the blood, yeah, the knowledge remain. T.O. our partner, Ohio Cash showed how to win. Turn losses into lessons, now it's trophies we spin. Mama, Triple M, deep south in the mix. Arsenal, Kennels, Stone City, solid foundations, no tricks. Hardcore, BLB up in the spec is 6.
Yeah.
Tom, Dick, Todd, Tony Wade, Southern Kennels, real ones through time. Time from Pro Set, Windy City, combined in place, low type, apex pressure built for the chase. Gotta eat boys, black ice, hunger sharp as a blade. Third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid. Yeah, I said third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid.
Yeah. It's Mo and Mike in the house.
Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know. Yo. Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, Pretty mama, they shining so bright. La Mayday, what a day, they breathe the heat. Red Ruby L-Rod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and yellow bird, we top tier champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodlines strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a tutor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore hitter, Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodlines strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Ben, Nate Dogg, putting in work intertwined. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, Captain. We make it happen, that's the play.
So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins, Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, maybe we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, Rastaman Boom, Schoolboy, aka the... There's levels to this game!